Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. I hope we're all ready for a fun time. Excuse me while I turn off the sweet, sweet jams of Legend of Cold Steel 2, because that's a good background OST to have. And I will click into the game and do that, and there we go. So I hope everyone is having a nice day today. We are playing some more Scarlet Nexus. TM. And yeah, we're just going to be continuing on with some more of Yuito's story. We're in the standby phase right now. I think I stopped right before doing a couple of the final Bond episodes, and then we can move on to phase 6. I wasn't able to find a clear consensus online whether or not the missions are for post-game or not. I choose to believe that they are, based purely on the fact that the novice one the boss was level 70. So, let us check out some stuff. Yeah, so we got Kagero and we got Kasane. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Kagero's first, because I feel like Kasane's is going to be a tad important. So, here we go. Hope everyone's having a nice day. Hope we're all having a wonderful Saturday. About Sugumi. I don't know what it's about, but I feel like I should hear it. Okay, I'll see it in Masubi's. Oh, we're not exactly allies right now, but let's not worry about that when we talk. There are things I wonder about, but if we do that, we won't be able to talk at all, so I won't bring it up. Smart. Yeah, I hope we're all having a nice Saturday, or I presume Saturday, might be Sunday for some of the people. Given time zones and whatnot. But yeah, it's been pretty good for me today. Just been kind of chilling. I went shopping in the morning and hung out.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. I hate killing time by myself.
Oh, really? Lonely?
So you said you wanted to talk about Sugumi. Did something happen with her?
Oh, nothing like that. I'm just a bit concerned. I mean, that girl is kind of difficult for most people.
She's a plant lover.
Difficult?
She doesn't talk a lot, unlike me, and it takes her time to warm up to other people.
True.
Yeah, she is pretty quiet.
Yeah, but she is very passionate about fauna and other plants.
I've known Sugumi for quite a long time, and we get along just fine. I just worry whether she's getting along with everyone else. And now she's away from me in a new team. So I'm losing sleep worrying that she might be getting left out.
With a guy as nice as Yuito around, no one's getting left out.
We wouldn't do that. I'm sure she's getting along fine with everyone.
Oh, well, if Mr. Straight as an Arrow Yuito says it, I guess I can trust you.
Straight as an arrow, yeah, that is true.
I kind of get the sense that he's making fun of me.
Really?
She's not like me. She's a good girl. So you take care of her. I'm counting on you, seriously.
Don't worry. You can count on me.
Okay, so he doesn't believe he's a good person, I guess?
Oh, that was kind of unexpected. I never saw him as the type to worry about other people.
He's an adult. He has to worry about these children.
Sure, he's a joker, but he's actually pretty kind.
Yeah.
That being said, I should probably ask him about it. Yeah, I think that might be best.
Yeah, why are you with Kasane?
Hey, Kagero, I have something I want to ask you.
Okay.
Is that okay? It's about my father, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Well, you see, the world thinks Kasane killed him, and I saw Kasane holding a knife.
Holding a knife?
But I still can't get myself to come to terms with it. Do you know what actually happened?
Yeah, she stabbed.
Sorry, but I can't say anything. Maybe I will someday, but not now.
Please, he was my father.
Yeah.
Well then, let's say Kasane did do it. I'm sure she would have had a good, valid reason for doing so.
Fine, but I want to know that reason.
And then what? What are you gonna do? It's not something you can forgive just because you know why.
That is very true, right? It's like, yeah, you killed my dad. Can't say I appreciate it, even if you might have been right in doing so.
Well, yeah, but...
Let's just forget all that for now. Why don't we talk about something nicer?
Something nicer? He's just trying to change the subject.
Whoa!
I know he knows something.
Move it all around. Love it.
Anyway, let me be straight. Are there any girls in the OSF you like? Anyone that you've had your eye on?
What?
Shut up.
Where did that come from?
Don't be shy. Tell old Kagero how you really feel.
Well, you know, I feel really attracted to every female that shows up because they're all really attractive. Almost like they're in an anime.
Or the cool Kasane? Are you all about a cute face? Or could it be the magnanimous Kyoka?
Huh? No,
Huh?
I mean, I never... I guess I never really thought about it.
Okay, hold up. So you're serious? You're not just being shy? Life can be really boring without a little desire, kid.
Yeah, you know what? That does really cue up Yuito, right? Where it's just like, yep, he doesn't really have desires. He was like, okay, Want to be part of the OSF and be like the person that saved my life. And then, no real desires beyond that.
What about you? You did seem pretty interested in Segumi.
Don't be an idiot. I don't think of Segumi like that. She and I are best friends. We understand each other. What we have is a connection of the souls. It's deeper than just a man and a woman.
So you're almost like family. I understand that kind of thing better than talking about what my type is.
Family,
Really
yeah.
Lame and boring.
Hey.
If you don't loosen up, you might just end up suffocating yourself.
There's nothing more important than family. Oh god, how did that meme way back when? I think it was what like when Fast 9 was coming out. I was like, hey, there's nothing stronger than family. Something like that.
Well, I've never really had any problems before.
All right, I got it. Sir Kagero will teach you how to have some real fun.
Sir. Oh, bold.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, no fun allowed.
Very strict teacher. It's probably best you bring an energy drink next time we meet. See ya.
You are going to have a
I said
time.
I didn't want to. And right when I was beginning to think he might take things seriously, turns out he really is just a joker.
Yeah, just a joker. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's check this out. Oop. Something important. I always get like that when talking face to face, but I was pretty worried about Segumi. I know how you feel about Segumi, even so it was like I was talking to her father. Her father, huh? I like it. If I told Segumi, though, she'd shoot me a glare so icy it would cut through me like a knife. That would be fine, though. I'm glad you understand, Yuta. See you later. I look forward to the day they stare at me and I feel like I want to die. Okay, so you got you guys, you doing your things. Okay, so now let's do the final Bond episode with Miss Kasane Randall. Bond level 6 reached. Oh god. I am still at level 1. Holy crap, it's level 1. Okay, so let's come up here. I won't be contacting you anymore after this. It's the best thing for both of us. That's crazy. Please just tell me what's going on. Did you really kill my father? Why are you trying to kill me too? I don't want to be your enemy without knowing why. I'm fine. So basically, I'm fine with being your enemy as long as I know the reason. If there's something that you just can't tell me, then let me know. I might be able to help somehow. Please, Kasane, this just isn't right. I have nothing to say to you. I have nothing to say to you, but we're going to have some words to say. You have been blocked by Kasane Randall. You can no longer request message or voice communication.
Damn. Kasane. What is she even thinking? Ever since I met her, she's been hard to figure out. It's also weird that she looks like the person who saved me when I was young.
Oh, God, come on. Sit down, start streaming, and immediately start yawning.
Even talking to her face to face, it kind of feels like we're not on the same page.
What? Not on the same page?
But she doesn't seem like she'd kill someone for no reason. I can't be sure, but I feel like she wouldn't.
Just, you know, just a feeling. More than a
She doesn't want to tell
feeling.
me anything, and I just have to figure out the truth on my own.
More than a feeling. Yeah, time to go figure out the truth. Wait, was that it? So basically, begin to Bond episode that doesn't do anything. Just says, oh, you need to advance the story, basically. Okay. Well, easy enough. Makes it simple. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. Looking at Sora's toes. Okay, so end standby phase and progress to the next phase. So before I do that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come over to the stream. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put bracket phase 6, close bracket, space, done. There we go. got to make sure that's all good. Rest on the sofa.
I've been thinking about this too much. My brain is going numb.
Oh, numb
Should
brain.
get some rest.
See, speaking of like brain numbing, I've never had a brain freeze, and I'm very curious as to like what it feels like.
Yuito, wake up. Wataru is on the line.
But like I'm also not really willing to forcibly subject myself to like trying to proc a brain freeze. I'm not about to just let my frostbite status get procced and lose a chunk of health and be slow. That is a
Sorry.
Dark Souls
I only meant
reference.
to take a little break, but it looks like I fell asleep.
What?
So, Wataru, what's up? Is the fact that we snuck into the old OSF hospital going to be an issue?
Probably.
No. Major General Fubuki was able to take care of that for us, so that's not a problem anymore.
Convenient.
It might not be a big deal, but I thought I should let you know about the hole in Kunad Highway.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, there was something strange in the sky above Kunad Highway. I guess you could call it a hole.
A hole in space-time, maybe. I don't know.
So much happened after that, I'd forgotten about it. So what was it?
You know what? True. A lot did happen after that. It was very much not explained.
The government is calling it the Kunad Gate. A
Gate.
survey team took a look, but aside from the extremely localized gravitational anomaly, they don't know anything about it. It's just that it has similar characteristics to a black hole, so that area has been deemed off-limits.
Oh, wonderful. Black holes.
Kunad Gate. Nothing could be seen on the other side. It was unsettling.
So let's go stick our head in it.
You might not go there, but I figured it's better to know about it than not.
How are we supposed to know it's on the other side of the black hole unless we stick our head in it?
That's true. Thanks for telling me about it. If you learn anything more, please let me know.
I believe it's called what? Is it like the theorized like thing that would happen if you were to enter a black hole is called like spaghettification, because the gravity, like the pulling force on the closest part of the black hole would be so intense that it would basically like string you. It would like turn you into a string of spaghetti, because it would be pulling you so much that like the small difference in distance between the front of your body and the back would be enough to like just like rip you to shreds and put you in like a very thin line.
As you wish. Oh, I almost forgot. Yuito Platoon's next orders are to stay on standby.
Wonderful.
So you can hang around the hideout a little while longer.
Really? Then I think we should do just that.
Okay.
Yes, that is a good idea. Knowing Fubuki, I'm sure he arranged all of this. So I think it's best to comply.
Probably a safe thing to do. Phase 6. Choice to face it. Eyes open. Yuito and his team are exposed to a fraction of the country's darkness. They're able to escape from the government with Fubuki's help, but it was something.
Mind if I come in?
Hey, Fubuki, how's it going? You
Major
white-haired
General
man.
Fubuki,
Or
how
gray-haired,
did you find this
silver-haired.
place?
I told him. I thought it would be safer to talk here in the hideout rather than meet in the safe zone every time.
Well, this isn't your safe. This is
Thank
my
you, Luca.
house.
I managed to sneak past their surveillance, so we should be fine for a little while.
My house. In the middle of the street. My house. In
They
the middle
started
of my feet.
monitoring
My
you?
house.
I told you before that I was a government dog,
Yeah.
but I don't have to be
Woof,
a dog
woof.
anymore, now that Karin's gone.
What do you mean?
Karin's personality didn't make him popular with the government. The top brass has been targeting him for elimination or personality rehabilitation for some time now.
Oh, okay, fun.
That's why I took on the role of being the government's puppet, directing the OSF in Karin's place.
So, does he...
He doesn't know that I had to become his monitor in order to protect him from the government. Besides, even if I told him, he'd probably just tell me to stay out of it. To be honest, I'm a little relieved. I don't have to be the government's yes man anymore. Government surveillance will be stretched thin after Seiron's uprising. I don't plan on missing this opportunity. I should be able to bring change to this country by taking a different path from Karin.
Ugh. Come on. Ugh. Change this country. But change in a good way? Like, that's the big question.
Different path? What are you planning on doing?
A third path?
This country is aggressively pursuing power research through illegal human experimentations. I have no idea why.
Because they want to turn more people into others, or
They
something.
get away with it because the government has complete control over information. Even the media is under the government's monitoring and influence.
Yes.
I want to find out why they would do this, and free this country from its corrupt system.
Similar to Karin, but different, I guess.
Karin joined forces with Seiran and rebelled against the state to do the same.
Yeah.
However, I feel that collapsing the government system from the inside is the fastest way to results.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
My brother is trying to change this country from the outside, while you're trying to change it from within.
Yes. Feigning loyalty allows us opportunities to learn valuable information.
Like, bad things.
We should be able to find out what the government is hiding through the city computer Arahabaki.
Please, let me help you.
Okay.
I want to know what my father has done, and what my brother is hiding.
Yuito, you are the commander of this platoon, and a commander's #1 responsibility is to their platoon members.
Well, yeah, but I want to know.
If you attempt to pursue these government secrets, it will undoubtedly put your platoon members in danger. Are you fully aware of that?
I mean, have already seen several of the government secrets. We've seen people turning into others. We have gone to the hospital where they're doing human experimentation. So, I mean, basically, we already know several secrets that they would probably want to eliminate us for. Might as well learn some more.
Then please, remove me from command.
I can't do that because, for better or worse, there are many eyes on you. There's also the fact that your post was specifically ordered by Chief Kaito Sumeragi.
Well, if we all agree with what Commander Yuito is doing, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Gemma.
Either way, my time with the OSF is drawing to an end. I'm getting too old. But before I leave, I want to uncover the truth.
Reach out to truth.
I want to know why that happened to Naomi, and why Nagi received personality rehabilitation.
And is there any way to reverse what happened to Naomi?
I agree with Gemma. If you're going to try to uncover the government's secrets, then I would like to help. I was also subjected to this country's human experiments.
What do you mean?
My brother Karin and I received power enhancement treatments.
Oh, that would probably explain why Karin's so beast.
I had no idea.
If Yuito can't be removed from the platoon, then you can remove the platoon members instead. Any member who doesn't want to take part in this can simply be assigned to a different platoon.
Fine. I can't very well turn down your help now. However, reorganizing your platoon requires paperwork. So I will issue you an official deployment order in the meantime. Please gather intel around the Seiran area. I've heard OSF deserters are appearing around Mizuhagawa. Former OSF members sympathetic to Seiran's cause could be up to something. While you're investigating, I will take the steps necessary to reassign Hanabi and Sugumi to a different platoon.
Wait, what are you talking about?
What? Oh.
Okay, get to it then.
They didn't even ask. Like, literally, anyone who doesn't want to.
I'll stay in the platoon as the operator. I feel the same as you and Gemma. I'll help you stop the government from doing whatever they want. Thanks, Wataru.
Would helping Major General Fubuki mean that we're making enemies of our families and people we trusted? You don't even have anything. You tricked me. Aw. Something tragic happened to someone close to you too. That is the only natural you want to find out the truth. Okay. So, Mizuhagawa. Let's go to construction site. Let's go. It's like literally, it's just like they didn't even ask Hanabi and Sugumi. It was just assumed that they wouldn't want to. Let's get on the light jelly. Oh yeah. Oh, sick jumps.
We've been spending a lot of time together recently.
That is true.
There's a resource reading near here. What do you want to do?
It's all light jelly.
There's a chance that Seiran OSF patrols might show up beyond this point. Let's keep our eyes open.
Were you serious about what you said back at the hideout?
About helping Major General Fubuki?
Right. Because wouldn't that mean going against your brother and your late father?
But we have to know.
I'm staying in this platoon. What?
Sugumi.
What happened to Naomi was terrible. And if the government had something to do with it, then I won't let them get away with it.
Yeah, gotta stop the bad government.
Incoming others from the front. Hanabi, Sugumi, we'll talk later. For now, let's clean up the others.
Yeah, you're right.
Here we go. See, the nice part about the fifth hit on the combo, it has a wide range. Like, it's not small by any means.
I need you, Gemma.
You should be able to break the outer shell if you keep attacking.
Time to use this.
Here you go!
Okay.
Shell breach confirmed. Put the pressure on. Ooh, that's a big blaze.
Do you need help?
Finish it.
There we go. Easy enough. Oh yeah, light bulbs. See, it makes me wonder, like, what are the basic others
Are there any
made
more
out
others?
of? Because they said any
Not reading any.
any organism with a brain can turn into an other.
Yuito, are you okay?
Oh, just had a brain lapse. Oh god.
Huh?
That seemed like a pretty big jump. But like they said anything with a brain could turn into an other. So I wonder if those were just like horses or like dogs or some other thing, cuz I'm like that's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, I didn't take too much damage in that fight.
What are you talking about? You suddenly said your head hurt and stopped dead in your tracks.
Huh?
Did you black out again? Do you remember what we were talking about?
Hanabi asked me if I was really going to help Major General Fubuki, and then Sugumi said she was going to stay in the platoon.
And after that?
After that, we got attacked by others, so we obviously didn't talk about anything. Right?
You don't remember Luca and Gemma's stories?
Oh god.
What did they talk about?
About my aging and the experiments Luca was subjected to.
Two things that I would have probably liked to hear.
Sorry, I don't remember any of that. Did you really talk about that?
Yuito, I was listening, so I can verify. I'm not seeing any abnormalities to your status, so maybe it's just mental exhaustion, like the doctor said.
Seems a bit extreme for mental exhaustion.
The more you use your power, the more you tax your brain. It might be better to avoid fights right now.
I can't do that. We have our assignment.
Okay. I am so curious as to what's causing his
Are you
brain.
really okay?
Snakeboat. Ginger.
What the fuck?
Huh? What?
Flax pig. Table slug?
What is going on with his head?
What? None of the words are matching what I'm thinking. Apple home child.
What the fuck? Is his brain just like dying?
I see an abnormality in his cranium.
What's going on?
Is he having like a stroke or something?
His speech is impaired. His brain must have experienced a great amount of stress.
Well, what can we do?
We have the medication the hospital provided.
But that ampule seems fishy. It looks exactly like the ampules we found at the abandoned subway.
Everyone, be careful. You have an other closing in on you.
His timing couldn't be worse. Stay here and rest, Yuito. We'll handle the others.
Damn it. My head feels like it's going to split in two.
I would suggest covering your ears and closing your eyes to try and eliminate the amount of stimuli going into it. Level 32, so, you know, let's just come over here and and juice up my brain a little bit more. Okay, yeah, so I need one more level and then I can do 2 concurrent, because I was...
Shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks. I have to fight. Come on. Yuito, can't you use your power?
Not really. Nope. Okay. Dude.
This isn't good. I can't use my power at all. I won't even be able to fight.
You are not able to fight.
What can we do? Is there some way to cure him?
Do I drink it?
Yuito!
Oof. Come on, guys. You need to be able to keep the thing distracted at least a little bit.
No time to be squeamish. That other's gonna kill me if I don't take this. I have to.
I mean, you do not have to.
Yuito? Did he drink the medication? Sugumi!
I'm looking now. Oh, the abnormality in his cranium is starting to disappear.
This medication is really working. My head is starting to hurt a lot less.
Yuito, I can understand what you're saying now.
Can you fight?
Yeah, I'm good to go. Let's take them out.
Oh, of course. You just leave it at the...
I can move. It doesn't hurt as much. I can do this.
I can still fight. More.
Yeah, come on. There we go.
There! Go, Yuito! Here you go!
God, I love the teleportation power. It's so nice.
I'm not picking up any abnormalities on my end. How are you feeling, Yuito?
Better, but you did just drink some mysterious liquid.
I feel fine now. I know I had you worried, but I'm glad I took it. Honestly, I wasn't going to be any help in that condition.
That makes sense. And I'm not seeing any signs of side effects either. Perhaps there was no need to worry about the medication after all.
I mean, I feel like there's something to worry about given what that vial looked like and who gave it to you.
Well, it smelled weird and tasted really bad.
Are we going to continue on our assignment? Shouldn't we go back to the hideout and rest a little bit?
I'm fine. My powers are working normally again. I'll let you know if something feels off. Let's keep going.
Copy that. But please don't push yourself too hard. Promise me.
Okay, I promise.
Promise, Hanabi. Okay. I want to ask everyone something. I don't want to worry you two, so I'm sending this to everyone else. But of course I can see it. He got a checkup at the hospital, but his condition is getting even worse. I'm worried. He said he was hospitalized as a child, so he's just prone to being sick, isn't he? That's right. So I know it'll be difficult, but I want to put as little stress on Yuto as possible, physically and mentally. I believe Yuto's fatigue has reached its limits. I agree with Hanabi. I will think about what I can do. Yeah, I agree too. I'll do my best not to stress him out. Okay, I'll be careful of how I relay information. I'll make sure to keep a close eye on Yuto's status going forward. Also, you didn't do that on purpose, did you, Hanabi? Thanks, everyone. Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean on Wataru? Yuto's tag doesn't address a... What? Wait, no way. Don't read this, Yuto. Please, it's nothing. Seriously. If you did see it, just pretend you didn't. You don't need to reply. Oh, okay, so that's how I can see it. Okay, pool type suppression. Sabat type suppression. Okay.
there's a resource nearby.
Okay, interesting. So am I not supposed to be going up here? Or am I? I think I am. Oh god. Okay, bitch.
I need you, Gemma. My body.
Okay, sclerosis doesn't,
Not yet. Here we go.
Get it while it can't move.
Nami, let's go. Damn.
okay, here we go.
Whoa! Nice!
Here we go. Get that one out. Here we go. And there we go. Get them all out. Just get them all out. Medium jelly. Okay, can't get the all light, but I'll just save again. No real reason not to. Okay. And there we go. 11 hours. 11 hours logged, doing pretty well.
I'm taking your fire. Next.
It's time for brain drive. The enemy dropped something.
Next.
Maybe I got better.
Building top.
That equipment was left to rest without ever being used. What a waste.
I hear you. How about we use them in battle? They might come in handy if Yumito used them at the right time.
And that's not quite using them for their intended purpose, I guess.
Come on. Here we go. Come on, there we go. Oop. Threw that out into the ether.
Use this.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it.
Do it, Yuito!
God damn it.
Time to use this. Here we go.
Do you need help?
Successfully reached shell. Attack now. Ooh, that's a big
God
blaze.
damn it. God damn it. Frickin' bastards. Get out of my way.
Pyrokinesis should be effective against that.
shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks.
Go.
Someone's in trouble. Pay attention.
Okay. That was a bit. Here we go, just going right back again to save. Get all my health back. I need to get better at combat. Like, a lot better. Because kind of a shame that I've needed to do that several times. See, I think my issue is that I get so honed in on one of the enemies, I don't look at the entire field. Okay, so what's going on over here? Objective has been updated. Okay, so we're still just exploring. Okay, medium jelly. Yep. Give me that. Okay, so that's not a place I can go. Interesting. So basically this is like, hey, if you have double jump, you can just skip. Or maybe you can't skip, but you're able to get all these secret items. I was expecting to be able to, like, jump over a thing. Yeah, I forget that this game just has hard walls in it. Like, it really does not care that you could easily clear the thing. It's like, oh no, like, you can totally jump it, like, in terms of height, but you actually can't jump it in terms of what we allow gameplay-wise. No skipping encounters.
Here you go.
Here we go.
Nice. It's burning.
Okay, take care of that. There we go, take care of that one. There we go. You can stay in the air for quite a while if you do dashes and do the, like, force throws.
I'll take it.
I think I'm getting used to it, honestly. Where it's just like, being in the air is not a bad thing in this game, which is nice. Because other games, it's like, oh no, you don't really want to be in the air too much. And this one, it's like, oh no, you can. It's a pretty safe place to be. All things considered. Okay, so we got all these. SAS recovery, Mark II. Is only effective. That's not really worth it, I don't think. Exchange. Still, yeah, because that's battle simulator. Squash rocket, pretty small thing. Already gave you an antique lamp. So I'm wondering, if I've already given it, can I give it again? Or is it just the one? Yeah, no. It's probably just the one. But let's run across the middle. 'Cause I'm curious. Definitely feels like there would be something. Here we go. Refueling drink. Love to see it. Itchy nose. It's an itchy nose. Oh, yes indeed, please. Itchy nose.
A resource reading near here.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the wall. Okay, let's come over there. I think I'm still only level 32, so I still need more XP before I can actually buy the next thing. Right, because equipment-wise, only 692 left, so that's not bad. Okay.
Wait, there's something up ahead.
Okay.
The extinction belt is thick above that area, so I can't detect anything from my end. Any other information?
I think they're trucks. 2 of them. They're moving towards Seiron?
What is it?
Who's in the trucks?
I thought I just saw something inside the truck bed. Although, it was probably my imagination.
Well, what do you think it
Okay,
was?
I managed to tap into a nearby surveillance camera feed. Those are OSF transport vehicles.
Okay.
Enemy or ally?
Yuito platoon is the only OSF team deployed near Mizuhagawa.
Okay,
Then
so
I guess that
enemy.
means they're Seiron's OSF team.
I see 2 individuals heading towards us.
That's not
It
great.
looks like Kagero and Kyoka.
Of course, they're invisible. Be careful, I'm not picking them up at all.
Oh yeah, Kagura has the invisible thing.
Take that.
Too late!
I'm using this to
I wonder why Kyoka and Kagero attacked us. I thought that Kasane was the one after Yuito. Is it because they're on Kasane's side? Or some other reason? Regardless, please be careful.
God damn it.
endure it.
I'll take care of it!
Where are you?
Even if you go invisible, my clairvoyance can see you.
Your power is the absolute worst to go against. I wonder if that's why we're such good friends.
If you really think that, then retreat. I don't want to do this.
I need your help.
Not bad.
God damn it.
Now my old trusted commander is my enemy.
Yes, you were a good soldier. I didn't want it to end up like this.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Oh my god, you are the most annoying.
Regroup.
Some help, Luca.
Fucking Christ. So, these people fights are the worst fights in this game. Like, no status lag, nothing.
They're stronger than anticipated.
Let's go. We did what we needed to.
Okay, so they just needed to slow us down, I guess.
Kyoka and Kagero guarding this area?
Could it have to do with the transport vehicle? They were clearly stalling for time.
Fucking annoying.
I'll try to follow them. Sugumi, could you send me their tracking data?
I can't. There's so many Kageros and Kyokas. They're all going in different directions.
So, Kagero has the ability to do invisible, and it seems like Kyoka has the ability to make copies of other things or herself, interestingly
That's
enough.
Kyoka's duplication power.
Okay.
They're attempting to confuse us.
I'm sorry. It's going to take time to identify the real pair. I also lost sight of the transport vehicles. I hate losing.
It was a diversion to hide the transport vehicle's destination from Sugumi.
Which direction were the vehicles going the last time you saw them?
I think towards Seiron.
They must have been carrying something important if they made sure we didn't follow. We might be able to find out some key information.
Give me some time.
Okay.
I'll see what I can find out with Tsugumi's information.
God, but it's fucking so annoying. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting you with this bow or whatever, this crossbow, as I'm getting fucking slashed in the head. But yet, I'm the one getting staggered. So annoying to have to deal with it like that.
Yuito, there's a place I want to check out, but it's in a different direction from Seiron.
Oh yeah?
It looks like the duplicates are all avoiding this area. I can't be sure, but it seems suspicious.
Nice catch, Wataru. Okay, we'll go check it out.
But that was just a plan to make you think that you wanted to go there. Oh, okay. Paintings or, oh, I'd say like a supply depot, it seems. Supernatural life research facility. Concealed atrocities. Oof. Okay, great.
What is this place? There's nobody here. Hey, I see the transport vehicles.
Then this must be it. We're pretty far from the city. Do you think this is still Seiron's facility?
Maybe.
I can't
Probably.
seem to find any information on it at all, which only makes it more suspicious.
Looks like they haven't noticed us yet, but I do feel a strange presence here. I can't really put it into words either.
I will go check the vehicle. Tsugumi, Wataru, please cover me.
Teleport.
Hey, Yuito. Are you remembering things okay? What about your speech? Any headaches?
I'm okay for now. No need to worry so much.
I mean, I feel like there's a need to worry.
You are making sense. It's natural for her to feel worried.
Don't push yourself too hard. You've always had health problems, ever since you were little.
That's right. You did mention that before.
Yeah. I spent most of my early childhood inside a hospital.
Like a whole bunch of anime
They
protags.
finally let me leave when I was around 5, and I've been fine ever since.
Oh, so I wonder what they did to you when you were young.
Wait, Luca found something quite alarming.
Oh, great.
What do you mean?
I know what the transport vehicles are carrying.
Human heads.
Oh, God.
That can't be.
The transport vehicle was filled with these.
No, I thought I was just seeing things, but they're really...
So, presumably food for others that they're keeping?
One of the trucks was already empty, but I believe it was carrying the same thing.
2 trucks worth of human heads? What in the hell for?
Let's try sneaking in a little further. Kasane and her team might be here.
Okay. We need to find out why they're doing this anyway.
Okay. Human heads. Love it. Okay. Give me brain map. Okay, so now I have 6 HPSI combat. I mean, honestly, with the way I'm getting reamed, that might actually be something I want to do. But I'll just take this. There we go. Now at least I can have 2 SASs active at the same time. Research facility. Research facility. Okay. Good. Investigate. Investigation.
It won't open. I guess sneaking in is going to be harder than I thought.
I can't use my clairvoyance on any of these doors.
Weird. Huh? Who the hell? Oof. Rough.
Forgive the rough treatment. Don't worry, we only knocked him out. He won't be waking up for a while.
Just punched him really hard.
Wow, all 3 of you were amazing.
Thanks. I couldn't even move. I'm glad I have people like you who can make such quick decisions.
Hold on.
We need them.
This might be a key card for the door.
It's a very colorful key card. Most key cards are just like white with like a picture on it.
Nice find, Segumi. We shouldn't have a problem getting in now.
This puts us in enemy territory.
Yeah.
I need to be ready for anything.
Yes.
Okay, let's try this door.
I like how we've already established, like, oh yeah, I don't like he doesn't remember the stories that Luca and Gemma told him, but we're not going to repeat those stories. Taking key card number 1. Okay. Come in here, investigate. Key card number 4.
This gate needs a key card to open.
Okay, interesting.
Hey, that other! It's the one we're supposed to take down.
What's going on? Why are there others all over the place?
This doesn't look
She just
like an abandoned
freaking
building.
bash on him.
Some sort of active research facility.
Let's keep going.
It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
God damn. I want to attack the other one. And after learning certain skills, you'll be able to activate 2 or more sound. Oh yeah, cool.
Nice fire! You got this!
Here we go. Do that. There we go.
Fulfilled the requirements.
Done.
I'll help.
The enemy dropped something.
I need your help.
You should be able to break the outer shell if you keep attacking. If your body begins to burn with fire, it'll drain your health, so be careful. Shell breach confirmed. Put the pressure on. Found a weak spot. Yeah.
Go.
Hanabi, let's go.
Burn the shit out of it, please. That one did not seem very graceful in terms of in terms of Yuta landing. Yeah, we are, Hanabi. Always together. Together forever. Your fire is pretty darn good.
Some help, Luca.
Damn it. Yep. Let's turn that off. Probably have to fall down to get it or something.
I need your help.
Okay, no jump down there.
Do you need help?
We should use Hanabi's power.
No, Yuito.
Nice. It's burning.
I can hit.
That.
That attack worked. That must be a weak spot.
Do that.
That was impressive.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it.
Come on.
Oh, God damn it.
Getting roasted.
Here we go. I need you, Gemma.
Okay, do that. Boom.
Using brain drive.
This is bad.
God damn it. Honestly, I should probably get the HP regen out of battle, out of combat. Because I am by no means all that great at combat. Keycard number 2.
Needs a keycard to open, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that's there. Already got that. Okay, facility there. Keycard number 2, good.
Why is there a keycard on the floor? There's a smudge that looks like blood on it.
That's definitely blood. Perhaps a researcher was attacked by another.
Do you need help?
Seems likely. Okay. So, where was it? Was it here that I needed it? No, that was, I think that was, where did I need it? Where was the door I just tried to open? Oh, it's over here.
Here we go. Come on.
There we go. And that was why, this is why I didn't want to use any items to heal myself, because I figured I could get to this guy. No real issues. Gotta look out for the save people. Gotta look out for the save people because it's free full heal. I don't want to have to waste any of my money on consumables. So, need to make sure that I make use of everything I possibly can. Okay. Wait, what? Didn't I just come in here? Or is this... Number 4.
This gate needs a keycard to open.
Okay, interesting. So 2 got us... 2 got us down the stairs.
Here you go! Nice fire! You got this!
Found a weak spot.
There we go.
The enemy dropped something.
Some help, Luca.
Brain drive!
There we go. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. See, where's brain drive? I wish brain drive wasn't just a thing that procced basically randomly. I wish it was something that you had to more kind of intentionally use.
I'm using this, Segumi.
Go, Yuito.
Pyrokinesis will work on that one.
I need your help.
That's a big blade.
Okay, do that.
That was impressive.
Okay, do that.
Here we go.
Do that.
You
go.
Some help, Luca.
Here you go.
Okay, get you out.
Whoa, nice.
Get you out.
That was impressive.
I hit the outer shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks.
Crush you!
The shell is broken. Give it everything you have.
There we go. Get you out, and then dodge back.
I can keep going.
There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what I'm talking about.
That was impressive.
Okay. Good. Max jelly. Okay. The next level of the items. Okay. So the question is, right, where the hell is... The way I'm imagining it is just go towards where the enemies are, because that's basically probably where a thing hasn't been cleared yet. Force field mark 4.
Do you need help?
It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
God damn it.
Nice fire. You got this.
That must be its weak spot.
Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, get you out.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Okay. So, Ari went down there. Okay. I'm still doing pretty good on health, so not bad.
Here we go. Next.
Shell reach confirmed. Put the pressure on.
Come on.
Here we go. Easy enough.
Here we go.
Go, Yuito.
Ooh, that's a big blade.
Okay, get that one out.
Here you go.
Okay, get that one out. There we go.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it.
I need to focus.
Okay.
If your body begins to burn with fire, it'll drain your health, so be careful.
God damn it.
If you can't see anything, use SAS to find the source of the smoke.
Okay, there we go.
Whoa, nice.
Okay, good. And this is why it's nice to be able to have 2 on. because being able to have clairvoyance and something else on makes fights a lot more manageable, because you're not limited to a purely utilitarian one. You can have combat as well.
I need your help.
And then once I can have all 4 on, it's gonna be crazy. Okay. For some reason they don't want me to be able to go through there. There we go. Just gotta run back now. Bring it back now, y'all. One hop this time.
There's no data on this facility, but a long time ago there was a plan to develop an academic city nearby. It looks like an art museum was already built, so maybe they're using that.
I'm using this, Segumi.
That must be its weak spot.
There, here we go.
Enemy is down.
Okay, there we go.
Now's our
Done.
chance.
Easy enough. Over here, take the save. Take that save. Take it. Take it. Eat it. Devour the save. Enjoy the save. Taste the rainbow. Feel the rainbow. Okay, so I could get this and get all 4 right now. Or I could save 1 and get this, which would not be bad. I could also just decide not to and go somewhere else with my things. Because defeating enemies with brain crush will increase XP gain. That's not bad. Can perform 3 consecutive psychokinesis follow-up attacks and rush follow-up attacks. That's not bad. For a moving spin attack twice during a single comp. Honestly, these aren't bad. Like, I think after I get some of these, I'll probably go for those. Because being able to do some more moves would probably be best. Would also like to get that, just more accumulation. Like, and honestly, being able to get to that would also be pretty nice. Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff that I want. I mean, I like having 2 out right now. I feel like having more right now with my skill level would probably be a bit too much. So I'm just going to save and get that. And then go from there. Okay.
This gate needs a key card to open, I think.
So...
This is pretty rare.
that. Looking at that. Wait. Gimmick. Oh, gimmick. Okay. Yeah, that's the objective. Data spot. Interesting. Where was there a number 3? Was it right at the start of the facility? May have been. That is what I need to find. Because basically it's like, okay, got the key, find the door. The other door is pretty straightforward, self-explanatory. This one, yeah, because this area I think I dropped down into, right? So, okay. Oh wait, no, I took the stairs. Took the stairs over here. And is that the door? That has number 3 written on it. Number 4, okay.
This gate needs a key card to open, I think.
Okay, so that one is number 4. Are you also number 4? Okay, also number 4.
Needs a key card to open, I think.
So let's go back upstairs.
A resource reading near here.
Okay, so maybe this upstairs door is the 3 one. Gotta love figuring out where doors are. Number 3, there we go. Max jelly, refuel. Get the hell out of there.
We should use Hanabi's power.
Oh, this is weird. Whatever, I'm just gonna finish.
Give it everything you've got.
Rain fire! You got this!
There we go, do that.
Found the weak spot. Yeah.
Do that.
I can hit it. Come on. That was a good attack. Here we go.
There we go, do that.
I hit the outer shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks.
Bang, bang, bang,
Crush you.
bang.
Successfully reached the shell. Attack now.
I need your help. Time to use this. Come on. Here we go. Next. Come on. Damn, where are you? Some help, Luca. Here we go. I need you, Gemma.
Are you serious? Very annoying that it's like I'm staying right next to it and it's blindness power. Smoke makes it so it doesn't even show up. Right? Like, it's one thing to have it be like a thing making it so you can't target it from a distance away. It's another to have it be literally the making it just impossible to do it.
Taking your fire. Use this.
Okay, come on.
Yumito, a member is in danger.
Yeah, I don't care about if members in danger. Busy.
That was impressive.
Someone's in trouble. Pay attention. This other is weak to back attacks. Use SAS to get behind it. Found a weak spot. Yeah. I need to support the injured.
God damn it, bitch. Just trying to...
Yumito, a member.
Okay. We're just gonna do this.
danger.
Get him, Yuito.
I'm feeling really good. I'll protect you all. I'll destroy everything.
There's nothing.
There we go. Easy enough. Keycard number 4. Just, you know what? Just use the ultimate. Just do it. Be done with it. Don't feel like dealing with all that annoyance. Hey, how's it going, dude? Just like, nope. Just friggin' plug the things into the back of my head so I can use Super Psychic. Super Psychic Static Shock. What? Super Psychic Static Shock. What? Who remembers Static Shock from way back in the day? I remember really liking that show. Wonder how it holds up. Probably holds up like just about fine. Not expected to be like super amazing, but it probably holds up pretty decently. There we go.
I almost used my teleportation.
Open the lock. So why? So that's... Okay, so this is the base path in. This is the exit. Right. Do the items respawn, like, just active time? Because I'm pretty sure I picked these guys up, so, like, is it just, like... I wonder if one... Like, I wonder what causes them to respawn. Is it, like, every combat encounter causes them to, like, respawn? Or is it just, like, a time thing? I'd be curious to know. Because, like... If those are good things to pick up, then being able to just kind of, like, wait it out would be pretty nice. Okay, so I got 8 now. So... I could do it. But I could also just come up here and get a couple. You know, I've been eyeing this. Might as well get it. Just have it be... Just get it. That way I don't have to think about it anymore. Get it. Save it. We're good. Because, like, the more that, like, there's a certain point where you just have to pull the trigger and just be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to do it, and I'm just going to forget that I was even thinking about not doing it, so I won't regret it. Because that's the key. If you forget that you were on the edge about it, on the fence about it, then you're not going to regret it. And I'm very good at forgetting things. Okay, so... Boss area? Or...
What is this facility?
Gross.
It looks like some sort of assembly line.
4?
Hey, those boxes. Aren't they the same ones from that transport truck we saw?
Yeah, so what are you using the human heads for? Because I just thought they were going to be like food for the others. So maybe there's just like an other almost like at the end of the assembly line, like comically like a hungry hippo. Just like depositing the heads into its mouth.
What is it, Tsugumi?
Does it contain what I brought earlier?
A human head.
You've got to be kidding me. All of these?
See, it makes me wonder, are they human heads that they harvested from already dead people? Like, hey, like, the person died naturally, but we just took their head afterwards? Or did they straight up murk people purely for their head?
What in the world is this place?
Others are being held in this building. And others feed on human brains.
Even if that's the case, why does it seem like this factory processes the brains? I hate to say it, but couldn't they just toss in the whole head if they're just feeding them to the others?
This smell. Where is it coming from?
What smell?
It does smell a little strange here. Almost like blood.
The smelly smell that smells smelly. Hey, some of those ampules. Did Yuito drink some brain juice? Is that what cured his headache and his issues? Just drinking brain juice? Because if so, that's pretty weird. But speaking of things, I don't know why I always lead off a subject change with "speaking of" when it's not being talked about. But I saw that the Trails in the Dub chapter, first chapter, chapter 1, that was released. So that's pretty cool. I saw a little bit of it. Someone was streaming it, so I watched a little bit of it, and it seemed pretty neat. I'll probably check out a little bit more of it.
I think I'm going to be sick.
This can't be real, right? Those were made by Spring Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. So what, dude? Oh, yeah. Superhero Static Shock. What?
Damn it.
Dude, he just friggin' out of nowhere. Fucking asshole.
Looks like Kyoko couldn't lose you.
So what is going on here?
I think you've already figured it out. This is Spring Pharmaceuticals' Seiron factory. To be more accurate, it's an other research facility they run jointly with the Seiron government.
Okay.
They're using these heads to make their products.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Shiden, stay calm. Just concentrate on stopping Yuito.
I'm so curious as to the other side of this.
First you won't tell me why you're trying to kill me. Now you're trying to hide this cool place. Don't you feel anything seeing what's going on?
God damn it, I don't want...
What are you all thinking?
What is the fuck...
I thought you were amazing since you were a cadet, Sonny. But now you're trying to kill Yuito and trying to hide this facility? What happened to you? This isn't like you.
Fucking...
One more! Let's go!
By any means. Sorry.
Shut up! You don't know anything about anything. Then tell us. We don't know anything because you won't tell us anything.
Okay.
Is this? Go, Yuito.
It's sorry.
Be killed.
Drive.
Sorry.
I can't move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of one of them.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Here we go.
I'm taking your fire!
Don't hold back.
Alright, let's go.
Here we go!
Sorry.
I have to.
Okay.
Do you need help? I won't hold back.
Man, that hurt. Is it going well?
Okay. Here we go.
Gotta focus.
It's useless.
Here we go.
Using brain drive.
I don't have a choice.
It's useless.
More power. By any means.
I must train more.
Kasane, why?
Oh, god damn it.
Yuito.
God fucking damn it. So my other guys just didn't want to res me. Okay. That's fine. I saved right before the thing anyway, so it's fine. Using the brain field. There. Oh, did I use... Was that it? Did I just use brain field when I was like at too low of a gauge? Oh, god damn it. See, that I really dislike that system.
Now you're trying to hide this cool place? Don't you feel anything seeing what's going on here? What are you all thinking?
I'm taking your fire.
I thought you were amazing since you were a cadet, Kasane. But now you're trying to kill Yuito and trying to hide this facility? What happened to you? This isn't like you.
Come on.
Shut up. You don't know anything about anything. Then tell us. We don't know anything because you won't tell us anything.
Time to use this.
It's useless.
Come on. Here we go.
God damn.
That was close.
No way. Keep going. You little.
You fucker. Come on. Just die.
One more. At this rate.
Are you alright?
Some help, Luca. Why?
Oh god damn it. Fucking I really wish it just kinda autoed into the next step of it. Otherwise it's kinda bullshit.
Here we go. Come on. Why?
Okay. Here we go.
Someone's in trouble. Pay attention.
Leave the rest to you.
Someone's down. This isn't good.
There we go.
Not done yet.
God damn it. Fucking. Are you fucking serious?
Luca, you good? I can't believe I let that happen.
Is everyone okay? Come on.
Jesus.
Here we go.
By any means.
I need to support the injured.
Take this.
My body, Yuito!
Some help, Luca. Stop.
Put it out.
Here we go. Just everyone. God. With help, it's a lot more manageable because at least she'll get more distracted by other people. Still annoying. Oh, she went. I can't use anything. So I just gotta hold out. Eh. Oh god, 20 seconds. God damn it. Yeah, just not worth it. Look at this great gameplay.
I need your help. Use this.
Someone's in trouble. Pay attention.
God, like, look how much, like, everyone's hitting her. Doesn't get staggered because she's in the middle of a move. But if I was in the middle of a move, which several times I am, nah. Literally just like the biggest fuck you. Such an ass.
Making drugs out of human heads is crazy. We have to stop them.
True.
But Naomi, she needs this.
Okay, you know what? That's a pretty good reason.
What do you mean? What is this facility for?
That's...
But you're gonna keep me in the dark.
I can't take this anymore. I'm telling them everything.
Yo, please, thank you.
I will.
Someone.
This place is another research facility run jointly with Spring Pharmaceuticals, just like Arashi said.
Thank you.
Human brains of people with powers are being brought here.
Human brains of people with power. Oh.
A portion of them are transplanted into others to turn them into other weapons. The rest are turned into a medical solution to feed the others.
That's horrible.
Hey, are you really sure about Seiron? I know New Himuka has a lot of its own issues.
Right, like, okay, so they're like a super, like, you know, informational state, right? Like, they're watching us, like, they're super high monitor, right? Okay. But how about these guys? Because they seem to be kind of weird in terms of, like, the ethical experimentation stuff, or the non-ethical experimentation stuff.
It's not right that the government monitors everyone and controls all the information.
Yes, true.
But Seiron causing the uprising, that's just as messed up.
I mean, I would say the uprising isn't that messed up, but this shit going on and like the brain rehabilitation and other stuff, that's the messed up shit.
Can we really let them get away with transplanting human brains into others or processing the brains into drugs?
No, we can't, obviously.
Obviously.
That being said, there are in fact some people who've been forced to accept it.
Like my brother.
And then there's Kasane. People whose loved ones have been turned into others. They depend on that medication. Human-born others can temporarily regain their senses when they take that medication. Even letting them talk.
What?
Does Karin have a family member that's been metamorphosed?
No, not a family member. Has Luca or Fubuki mentioned it?
Alice?
Yuito!
His brain is...
Yuito!
Yuito?
Is this happening because I used my power? My head is killing me!
Oof, rough,
Are
buddy.
you okay?
No.
What's wrong? You look like you're in pain.
If we did just fight, probably took some
There's
hits.
something wrong with Yuito's brain. He's beginning to show signs of speech and memory impairment whenever he uses his power.
I'm okay now. The pain is fading. This is...
Damn. Sorry to interrupt, but you need to leave now so we can call this a draw. Hurry up or the others will come.
We should leave too. That okay with you, Kasane?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yuito, our assignment is complete. We should withdraw.
Yeah. We should get out of here as soon as possible.
Interesting. So it doesn't necessarily cure them, but at least allows them to regain their senses.
General Fubuki for you.
Okay. Sorry. I know I should be the one to do it, but I'm just not feeling well.
Yeah, so I'm guessing at some point, or I'm guessing in Kasane's story, it's like she talks to Naomi while she's an other, and that's why she's just like, yeah, no, I gotta be doing this.
What are you talking about? It's okay. Don't worry about it. We all know how you feel.
I know how you feel.
That's not exactly true. I can't understand how much pain you're in. I probably would have taken the ampule too if I were in your shoes. I know saying that won't help with whatever guilt or disgust you might be feeling.
Yeah, drinking them
Thanks.
brain juices.
I'm okay.
Glug, glug,
The
glug.
medication should be chemically processed, so consider them more like protein or amino acid supplements.
But it's delicious
It
brains.
may be unpleasant, but looking at them this way might help you come to terms with it.
And you know, it's just
I know what
process
you're saying.
cannibalism.
But it's just hard for me to do it.
I know it might be difficult, but whatever you do, don't throw them up.
What? You knew?
We saw it happen. You were outside the hideout. Oh, we're sorry.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I know it's not in my stomach anymore, but I just couldn't.
Okay, so he went outside and forced himself to puke because he was disgusted with the brain. The brain
But you have
juice.
to fight through it. You can't make it a habit.
You're right. Besides, Naomi, it must be so much harder for her.
Yeah, because she has to subsist
Being
on it.
turned into another is awful enough, but now she has to feed on these brains? I don't know where she is right now, or how she's doing. When I think about her, I know how much better off I am. If Naomi hasn't given up, then I can't either. I know I can get through it.
Yeah, you know you can. You're the main character.
After you do get through it,
Oh,
you'll
elbow.
be able to help support Naomi when you see her again.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
I need to
Yes.
get it together.
Get together, man. You can't be sitting there going no. You have to sit there and go yes.
I'm just wondering if New Himuka is stocking up on those ampules, knowing full well what they're made of.
Going around town, and then you do this and 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 that and then whoop.
If that's the case, and they do indeed
So
know,
stupid.
then they're going to have to answer to me.
Answer to me, the Yuito.
No. I have a feeling that New Himuka already knows everything. I just can't get myself to accept it.
I'm not going to
sorry.
accept it. No, I'm not going to accept it. I'm not going to accept it anymore.
Don't need to apologize. You have nothing to do with the hospital.
I know, but I just wanted to apologize. I want to look into the hospital and do something about it.
This is a tough position for the both of you.
Indeed.
You too, Luca. Everything Karin has done must be hard for you. Sugumi had to see a lot of things she never wanted to as well.
It's
I
tough,
think we've all had
tough for
our fair
everyone.
share of suffering. But what's important is that we continue to support one another, right?
Yeah, you need more than one support beam for a house.
Yeah. Sorry I worried everyone, and thank you.
You're welcome. Yuito story standby phase 6. Okay.
I want to talk to Luca for a change. I don't know what to tell you, Yuito. Just try not to do everything on your own. If there's too much to handle, let me help you pick up the slack. That's what a team is for. Thanks, Wataru.
Wataru. Okay, so let's go into the shop. New products added, so that's fine. Okay, so this one is actually finally an increase in damage. Pretty significant increase that I can just buy. So, I'm gonna do that. So do this. Yeah, no. There we go. Okay. Health boost. Should I put on what did I get? I think I got something. Could have sworn I picked up like some other boost. Force field. Considerably increases defense with an invisible barrier. Okay, that's it. Could increase defense by a hefty amount. Right. Yeah. Right now I'm focused mostly on the XP. But I mean, honestly, like, getting more defense might be worth it. Because I'm taking a lot of damage. So 5% decrease to the other stuff is probably worth it in my mind. Brain map. Yeah, I only got 2. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of messages. So you got a Bond episode, she has a Bond episode, you have a Bond episode, and I still need to come in here because I forgot to check out the exchange for presents, red cushion, so cushion, fire resistant fabric. You know, yeah, I'll get that for her. Soothing plant, scummy Pendu analysis. Already gave that to her. Bundle of books, sure. Get that for her. Mini potted plant set, sure. Let's get that for her. Rod type spray, yeah, sure. Get that for her. I like them the most, I think. I like Hanabi and Tsugumi. It's fun seeing the childhood friend and then the weirdos. Okay, so let's come over here. New mission unlocked. Yeah, whatever. Will you help me go over some information? Sorry for messaging so late. Can you help me go over some information? It's about Kasane. I understand Kasane's move and where she is. If she was angry at New Humuka for turning name into another, it makes sense that she would join Seiron. I understand what you're trying to say, Luca. I understand that Seiron gave the order to assassinate my father. Why give the order to Kasane, right? I don't understand that either. Yes, well done, Yuto. She graduated top of her class, but she is a rookie. I do not believe she has the skills of an assassin. If I were to give someone such an order, it would not be Kasane. I apologize. I was speculating too much. It appears I have mostly organized things in my head. Thank you very much. Want to apologize again for fighting you at Mizuhagawa. Could you come to Masubi's again? I'm waiting for your reply. I want to request help. I developed a new battle support program, and I really want you to test it. I'll be waiting at Masubi's. Okay. It's just like, hey, like, you know, don't worry about the fight we just had. We're cool, right? Okay, so those guys are those. So you got one, you got one, you got one. Do you have any gifts I can give you? No. And you got one. Okay. So here's what I'm imagining. I'll do this one, and then I'll do the 2 message ones, and then I'll do these 2. But what I do want to do is I do want to save, because it has been a little bit since I have last saved, and therefore I want to make sure that nothing goes awry with the save file, making it so that I have to do that fight again. Yes, indeed. Talk.
I never expected you to be so odd, Yuito.
What do you mean odd? I'm awesome.
Huh? Really? I thought I was pretty normal.
Yeah, bitch.
What is normal in the OSF is not what most people call normal. It's very intriguing.
Odd people are odd. Reach bond level 2 with Luca. Nice. Mid-air teleportation in Guardian Vision. During SAS, you can mid-air teleport with circling use square to teleport your next. Okay, nice. Also, when you are attacked, there's a chance for Vision of Luca to appear and block the attack and getting damage. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
I think I'm starting to understand you a little better.
Yay.
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Yo, look at her swanging. Whatever you do, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me, Hanabi. Whatever you do, please don't hurt me. Oh, you're smacking me. Oh, you're such a mistress. A dominatrix, you might say. I'm surprised Aaron and Spring Pharmaceuticals created such a large facility together. Do I have any gifts for you, bud? What's going on? You do not seem to have anything. Oh, rough. Bond episode. Let's do it. I want to see what my shredded child is going to do. Just absolutely shredded. Would you like a shredded back? Would you like washboard abs, melon-like shoulders? I personally would like a shredded back.
I'm feeling great. Thanks for asking.
Oh god, this child. I love him.
Of course. Make sure to rest when you need it. Part of being OSF is taking care of your body. See you around.
See you.
Are you going to work out now?
Yes, my daily routine. Would you like to join me? Light exercise is good for maintaining your health.
Excuse me for a second. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. Had to take this because right now my shower doesn't work, so I have to be in touch with the landlord and property manager, and they're getting people to come over, contractors to come over and look at it and stuff. So they're asking if I could be home tomorrow for them to come look at it, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because I would like it if my shower worked, because right now I have to actually go to a gym and shower that way. So, yay.
You're right. Okay, I'll work out with you. Maybe you can make a training program for me.
I would be happy to. I promise to make the program that best suits your body type and fighting style.
Oh, yeah.
Great, thanks. Ugh, I'm beat. I'm so thirsty. Do you want some water, Luca?
No,
look at
you
that.
should drink it. I have this.
Protein
What
shake?
is that?
Protein shake.
A special protein
Yup,
drink that I
called it.
concocted. It's best to drink it within 45 minutes of exercising.
I've never had one. Is it good?
I made it strawberry flavored, so it's easy to drink. The intake of protein is essential for building muscle.
True.
Not only do you work out, you even worry about your nutrition. That's amazing.
Hey man, if you want to get swole, you need to care.
Protein is well known to people who like exercise. It's nothing to be surprised about.
It's not just that. The program you just went through was pretty hard. You're really stoic about it. Why do you want to train so much?
Well, because I'm small. When compared to those around me, I'm always at a strength disadvantage. So I want to do all I can to lessen that disadvantage.
I'm also very short.
A strength disadvantage? But why does that matter? There's almost no one as good as you in a real fight. You're a Septentrion, and you have top-class strength when it comes to a fight with powers.
I do not want to rely solely on my power.
Why not? You have an amazing one. I don't see the problem in relying on it.
Let me put it another way. Power is something you are born with. It cannot easily be changed.
But the body is something you build. You can earn it.
However, muscles are different. The harder you work, the stronger they become. Isn't that amazing?
Huh. I guess it does seem pretty amazing, maybe.
Yes, you're beginning to understand. Also, my brother is always ahead of me. No matter how much praise I get, I can never equal him. That makes me want to work hard.
Get big, get strong.
I see. I definitely understand that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying so. Since you are here, I'll tell you my secret.
What's your secret?
What is it?
Wait just a moment.
This is the backpack you always wear. Oh, that's heavy. What's in this?
He just carries a weighted backpack around with him all the time.
I've made adjustments to my daily routine to train my muscles. I have weights inside my clothes as well.
Dude, he's like rocking the DBZ training method. Weighted clothing,
Call
weighted
them
everything.
adjustments, but it sounds like torture to me.
And he's fighting and everything with those on. Of course, he's able to move through teleportation, but I mean, he still like has to run and dodge and
Might
stuff.
be the secret to his strength.
Yeah.
Will you put some weights in my clothes too?
Of course. They are custom made to be removable. So I will put this here, and there you are.
Great. Now I'll try to walk. Whoa! Oh, my body is swaying just from moving a little.
It's not very heavy, but it will be difficult until you are used to using your core.
Use
You
the
can
core.
borrow them if you like.
Core.
Now, I'll do another set.
See, core is actually a very important part, because when I did like weightlifting, like that's one of the main things that you have to like focus on before anything else, right? Because like think of like, oh yeah, you're doing bench press or like doing an overhead lift or something, right? You're thinking like, oh yeah, you engage like your arms and your shoulders, like, oh, that's it. But you gotta also like essentially flex your abs is basically how I imagine it, where it's like you gotta engage the core to be able to kind of stabilize everything. So him saying like, oh, you gotta be able to like essentially have your trained core because you have the weight stuff on as you're moving actually makes a lot of sense. To me, at least.
Going?
Yes, I still have
Look
a
at
lot
that.
left to do.
Jesus Christ.
You can take a rest if you are tired.
Usually those bigger plates are like the 45-pounders. So if that is the case, then he's probably doing 45, 90, 135 plus maybe 215s. Like, the guy is jacked, man. Guy's ripped.
Septentrion for you. I can't believe he always wears weights.
And he's doing the bench press with the weighted clothes on, no less.
But there's something kind of desperate about the way he's exercising. I feel like he's pushing himself too hard. Can he really handle it?
It's insane, man. It's insane. He just wants to get ripped, man.
You're working very hard, Yuito.
Yeah.
You think so? Thanks.
You're gentle, earnest, and straightforward. It makes me a little jealous. I can't be like you, and I don't have to. But I still recognize your good qualities.
Reach bond level 3 with Luca. Nice. Increase SAS recovery, speed, and combo V. Using L1. Oh. Okay. I think that's where I've been mistaking it. Because anytime it was L1 to do the combo thing. Okay.
I was actually thinking the same thing. I think we can be better friends.
Okay, because every time I tried to do it with Nabi, I was mistakenly doing, I think, R1. So it's L1. Okay. It's strange. I'm able to talk with you about things that I cannot with anyone else. My brother, he is that type of person, but he was always on my side when we were children. What about Chief Kaito? My brother can be pretty strict, but he always cared about me. The fact they are family makes the situation even more confusing. I hope that we can speak again. Oh, we must continue our weight training as well. Okay. I'll be right back. I just want to go to the bathroom for a hot sec. I'm turning on the OST because I don't trust the game stuff. Okay, and I'm back. Excuse me. I feel like that was probably a bit louder than people were probably expecting, but not much you can really do about that. Okay. So, what we are doing now is we are doing these. So, we already met Kyoka, so let's do this one again. I mean, we already met both of them. We had to fight in that situation, so I'm not sure about how I feel about you apologizing, but if it will make you feel better, Kyoka, I'll see you. I'm going to Misubi's now. So got a bowl of applesauce.
Thank you for coming. I'm sorry about what happened in Mizuhagawa.
No problem.
You don't have to apologize. We both had our reasons, so no hard feelings.
It's fine.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I really wanted to go easy on you. You were a lot stronger than I anticipated, so I couldn't afford to hold back. Did you get hurt?
Not from you, just from my brain.
You don't need to worry so much. I wasn't hurt, and even if I was, I can give myself first aid.
Wow, that's impressive.
I've always studied all sorts of things, so I could do anything on my own.
Yeah, I can patch myself up. I can cook. I'm the best house husband.
I see. I do remember you having a good head on your shoulders ever since you were little.
Wait, you know me since I was little?
Since I was little? How do you know what I was like when I was little?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just imagining it. I'm sure that's what you must have been like.
Why is she so panicked all of a sudden? I suppose I shouldn't doubt her since she's just worried about me.
No, she's definitely met him when he was younger.
Anyway, I'm totally fine and I can take care of myself. Really, it's okay.
All right. I'm sorry I'm such a worrier. I'd just like you to make one last promise to me.
Oh yeah? What?
Stay away from Togetsu.
Togetsu?
Togetsu? Why should I promise that?
I can't tell you why, but something dangerous might happen to you if you go there.
Okay.
I can't make a promise without knowing why.
You have a point. I'm so upset that I can't do anything about it.
I don't know what you're hiding or what you're trying to say to me, but I can tell that you're worried, so thanks for looking out for me.
Be careful, Yuito.
You too.
Okay, so Togetsu. That's a new name, it seems. Applesauce. Sorry about before. I know I shouldn't have been asking in the situation, but can I ask one thing? Have you been able to really smile from the heart lately? Smile from the heart. I'm not sure. Smile naturally when I'm around everyone, I think. Yeah, sorry, that was a weird question. You have such a cute smile. I was just feeling nostalgic. What I was talking about in my last message was your smile when you joined the OSF. Hope the day comes when you can smile like that again. Talk to you later. Okay, interesting. Developed a new sport program. Really want you to test it. I'll be waiting at Masubi's. I was surprised by your message. Considering the situation, I guess we're ignoring everything that's going on. That's what I'm going to do, so I hope you will too. Guess I don't need to say that. I don't like having awkward talks, so you do the same. Hey, don't be awkward.
So, you said you wanted to test this battle support program?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to try it out.
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Probably. Maybe.
That's what the test is for. We don't have much time. Let's get started.
Is it safe? I don't know. Gotta test it first.
I'm installing it now.
Could kill you. Not sure, though.
Okay, it's installed. Try using your power.
Power? Okay. I can lift up this cup. What's going on? I'm seeing noise.
Calm down. It'll go back to normal once you stop consciously using your power.
Oh, you're right. That really surprised me.
Nice. It was a success.
What is this program?
Yeah, what is it?
When it detects power usage, it affects your visual senses to discourage its use. I call it the forced break program.
That's pretty weird.
What? Why did you make a pointless program like that?
It's not pointless. If you apply various conditions to the program, you'll be able to restrict overworking.
Oh.
It's even more effective with an organization like the OSF, where powers are necessary. Nobody can be working 24/7.
I like how she's so into the, like, not work mentality. I can appreciate it.
In other words, I can considerately made this program so people can use it as an excuse to rest.
I still think it was pretty reckless to stick it in my head.
Anyway, you can't fight now, which means you have to rest. Enjoy your free time.
Well, I am pretty tired.
Oh,
Why
shit.
don't you order
She's right.
something? Nothing like eating your favorite food into a food coma.
You know what? Yeah, that's true.
Okay, then.
Food comas are kind of nice sometimes.
I guess I'll take a break. Although, I've got tons of problems I should be dealing with.
We've all got tons of problems. It's fine.
I wish Nagi were here.
What's with all the sighing? Am I that boring?
Oh.
You're not Hanabi.
Sorry. I didn't mean anything like that. There's just so much happening that I'm having a hard time relaxing. I don't know how to deal with it.
It's easy. Just do whatever it feels like your body wants to. You know, like this.
Just melt.
Just lean back. Oh, that's so relaxing. You try.
Just lean back. Oh, yeah, baby. That's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, that's quite the position. I wish I saw you like this before I enlisted.
What's that supposed to mean?
Before I enlisted, I only knew you through the press. You were so friendly and lively.
That's when I'm on the clock. This is me off the clock.
That's when I have to be a PR person. Now I'm not.
If you don't know when to switch between the two, you're going to break down.
Breakdown.
I make sure to stay off the clock as long as I can so I don't break. I think you should do the same.
Thanks for your concern, but I can't just...
Of course you can.
I see. Not trying to push anything on you. I apologize, but I learned a lot.
Wait, did you uninstall the program?
Yeah.
I'll try to tone down my advice from now on. Time to call it a day.
She does it so she doesn't break. I guess that's one way to live. Although, that program is a little overkill.
Nah, it's not. You say, man, I've used my powers so much that it's like visually like messing with me. Boom. Out of work right down there. Okay. When you get better at switching gears, I want you to help me with PR. You have a pretty fresh look. You have great hair, too. I could give you a recommendation. No way. The way you smile and talk when you're on, I could never do that. I think you got promise, though. Also, if I recruit some fresh blood, that will just increase my off time. When you read this, you'll probably think that's what she's really after. And you'll be right. Just let me know if you're interested. I think Arashi probably has one of my favorite personalities of the game. Like, I'm honestly excited to play as Kasane just to have her on my team. Right, because it's like, okay, I have him for the teleportation, but she has hypervelocity and just slows down time. Like, that's pretty cool. And I'm just like, man, that, like, I want that. And I also just want to interact with her more. Ugh. Because it's like, it's really good. Okay. We'll come over here and talk to Tsugumi. I searched the facility with clairvoyance, but I couldn't find Naomi. She's probably here somewhere, though. Gifts. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, got all these. Okay. Well, books. Here we go. Give this to her. Books.
Okay.
It's old and the color's fading, but the drawings are pretty. Talk, search facility, gifts, mini potted plant set. Mini potted plants.
Thanks.
God, I love apple cinnamon. Those little ones require different care. They're small and delicate. I'll take good care of them.
Are there any problems?
I think things are fine right now.
Yeah.
If you need anything, just tell me. I want to help you.
Oh, thanks.
It may not be very useful, but I'm here for you.
Yeah, bond level 3 with Tsugumi. Psychokinesis, read attack, and combo vision. After a perfect dodge, use R2 to perform a read attack to damage the enemy and knock them prone. Interesting. Okay. And then combo vision. Yeah. Okay, so L1. So now I'm getting like combo vision with most of the people that I have. Got Baki Good Set Volume 1 as a present from Tsugumi. Yo!
I understand you a little more.
Yo!
I think I've gotten to know you better
Baki!
too. We're the same.
We're the same, you and I. Yeah, miscellaneous. Reckon prescription. Baki goods. Box Fields, fans love them. Okay, cool. Love it. I love the Baki memorabilia. Don't you know? Yeah, we got those. Got thems. Thems. Them bones, them biggity bones, them biggity bones, them bones. Okay, got a blank plant observation journal. Just her side of the room is just getting filled right now. I'll use this as an observation diary for the hothouse plants. I'll record how they're doing every day. But what about the days you're not here? Yo, look at him. One arm push-ups over there. Frickin'. God, yeah, this area is just getting filled. Searched the facility with clairvoyance, but I couldn't find Naomi. She's probably here somewhere, though. Soothing. Flower planting. So, a pair of flowers. Slightly wild look. Yeah. Here you go.
Really?
Yes, it's for you.
So happy.
Ah, well, nice that you're happy. You chose this for me, Yuto? It smells nice. It's relaxing. Flowers will sometimes fight if you plant them next to each other, but this flower is happy. I'm happy too. Cool. Okay, search facility. Bond episode. There we go.
Oh, Yuito, I would like to talk to you.
And let's talk.
What's up, Tsugumi?
Yeah, what's up?
I think I finally found that flower. Look at this.
Oh.
Oh.
It's called a silent snowmelt. It's a rare flower that only blooms at high altitudes. Is this the one you saw?
Yeah, this is the one. That's incredible. I can't believe you found it with such little info.
I mean, I feel like you found it with quite a bit. Like, it's not like Yuto had the worst possible memory ever. Like, he was pretty specific. He was like, I think it's pretty small, white, has this many petals, blooms in winter, right? Like, I feel like all those cut it down quite considerably, right? And you know it has to be a bit able to be like existing in the Japan. I'd say you gave a good amount of information to go off of.
The flower's natural environment is different from Suo's climate, so it took some time to find.
What does that mean?
It blooms on cold, high mountains, so the temperature in your garden is too high. Growing it would be difficult.
Oh. I guess that's why they always wilted.
No, it's amazing that the flowers bloomed at all. I would like to try growing them myself, but...
Is there a problem? Oh, you did say it was a rare flower.
Yeah, you can't really just go get a bunch of them, probably.
Yes. You can't normally get seeds or sprouts. There isn't any data about its natural habitat either. There isn't any information about how to collect them yourself, or where to look. I'm stuck.
Okay. Let's see. If they were in my garden, that means they probably grow somewhere in New Himuka.
I want to search for this flower.
We will find it.
Honestly, I felt bad about leaving all the searching to you, so I looked into it a little myself. The gardener who planted this flower already passed away, so I haven't got a single clue where he got it.
That's sad.
His head was probably
I'm sure
eaten.
he was good at what he did.
Yeah,
probably not.
He spent a lot of time and care to raise it in our garden.
Depending, I guess. If he had any kind of powers, Probably got eaten.
And I figured out why I remembered this flower in the first place. After my mom died, I was really sad for a very long time.
As you would be.
The old gardener, he knew she liked those flowers, so he planted them for me.
I see.
So I'm glad I know their name at least. Thank you.
But you haven't seen the actual flowers yet. It must be frustrating.
Yeah,
Still, that's good enough for me. Thanks to your thorough research, I can look at pictures of the flower whenever I want.
You want to see the real thing, don't you? I'll check some more.
Huh? Oh, well, I'd like to see it if I can, but you don't have to go out of your way.
She really is determined. Like, she's a pretty damn good friend.
I promised I would find it, so I don't want to give up.
She's like, no, I said I was gonna find you this goddamn flower. I'm going to do it.
Okay. Thanks, Tsugumi. And I'll help in any way I can.
Okay.
She was really excited. She can be pretty stubborn sometimes. I didn't know that about her. Although, the fact that she let me see her like that means she's starting to open up. That makes me kind of happy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's being
The
friends.
flowers I planted before are about to bloom. When they do, I want to show you, Yuito.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm looking forward to it. You're good at taking care of plants.
You're good at taking care of me. You're good at taking care of people.
Huh?
People.
Really? Oh man, you're making me blush.
Bond level 4. Damn. Increase SAS recovery speed and assault vision. Okay. Also, attack an unguarded enemy and Tsugumi will call out. Answer her with triangle circle and she will appear as a vision and perform a special attack. Interesting. Okay.
Yuito? Would you... No, never mind.
Did you want to say something? Just let me know when you want to talk.
Yeah, just let me know. Like I told you before, plants like to be close to people. I think the silent snowmelt wants to meet you too, Yuito. That's why I want to find it. I hope so, but don't work too hard. I'm just happy you're thinking of me. You are so kind. I want someone as kind as you to be happy. I'll find it, so let me work as hard as I need to. Dude, she is a friend. We have our own problems. Do I have any gifts for you, bud? No. Not really. There you go, over there. And do I have any gifts for you? Some pharmaceuticals. I don't have anything. Sorry about that. Got all these boxes. It's tiny little boxes, just kicking them around. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, bump, bump. It's like they're just here to be physics experiments. Even though your feet just consistently clip through them. Okay, so let's save after that. Good to save, good to save. It's good to do the save things. There we go. And then we'll come over here and talk to Hanabi.
This might not come out right, but it's more fun living in the unit than I thought.
Yeah, we're friends. We're all roommates. It's cool.
It's a little inconvenient, though.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but everyone in our platoon is nice, and I'm always with you.
Yeah.
I hope we can keep fighting together. Being with you makes me feel safe.
Bond level 4. That's what I'm talking about. Assault vision. Attack an unguarded enemy, and Hanabi will call out. Answer her attack with triangle circle, and she will appear as a vision and perform a special attack. Sounds like a good thing. Got golden Baki doll as a present. Okay, so that's Yuito's area.
What? Nothing.
Why are you anxious? I like that we're childhood friends.
Move beyond it, Yuito. Gotta move beyond it. Guess I joined Saren for Naomi. Yeah. Red cushion. Here you go. Okay. And there you go. Here's your nice cushion. It's so fluffy. I think I'll put it on the sofa. Okay. So... this is Kasane's, or no, this isn't Kasane. This is Hanabi's right next to Yuito's because they know what they're doing. Oh, there's the There's the cushion, and then we got Luca's over here, and then we got Segumi's, which is just like green as shit, decked the hell out, and then we got Mr. Brick over here. Still at Team Bond level 1. I'm very surprised about that. Okay. So, shop. I don't think there's anything for me to really... Oh, that's Salt. I want to worry about those. So I can do plugins. And I can get some pretty strong ones. I can increase attack by 24. Or increase health. Recovery, SAS gauge, defense. Okay. Temporary invulnerability after user takes damage. Defense immunity after a perfect dodge. Okay. Brain drive. Interesting. Okay. Weapons. So this one is still stronger than this. So if I could get a weapon use record, that would be best. Right, like that's still like the ideal version, essentially. Like, that's what I want to do. But whether or not I'm able to is the question. Let's do party. You know, I'm gonna... You know, I have a lot of... yeah, you guys, because I got the best levels, I think, with you guys. As long as I can use teleport, it's fine. Yeah, so I got all of these guys, so that's perfectly fine. But kind of want her out, that way I can do cool stuff. Okay, so that should be it. So let's move forward.
I should try to get a little rest.
Just a wee bit. Probably gonna have some nightmares, I'm gonna imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
A message from Major General Fubuki?
It's Fubuki. I want an update on your situation. Rendezvous where we met previously.
Okay.
I got a message from Major General Fubuki. Did everyone else get it too?
Yes.
I did.
I did too. I think he's talking about the safe zone.
He said he's under surveillance, so I am sure he just wanted to play it safe.
Hopefully.
But Major General Fubuki is with Spring Pharmaceuticals, right? Those ampules.
Do you think he knows about that factory?
And that's probably why he was asking about the ampules when we found Naomi, right? Because they're very similar. That's why he was there, because he knew about them already and didn't want us to have them.
It would be strange if he didn't.
But that also makes me wonder, is he the one that shot Naomi? Because that's one of the biggest questions. Who shot Naomi? Who turned her into an other? And why?
He might have a purpose for calling a meeting so soon afterwards.
The fact that the OSF hospital prescribed the drugs must mean the government's getting products from that factory in some shape or form.
Because also you have to remember, the bullet wasn't aimed for Naomi. It was aimed for Kasane. And she just pushed Kasane out of the way. So who was trying to turn Kasane into another? That's the big one.
Could Major General Fubuki be the go-between?
Does that mean he's an enemy too? Even after everything he's done for us?
Probably.
It could just be one of the ways he goes about pretending to obey the government. We can sit here and doubt his intentions all day, but we're better off just asking.
Yeah.
You have a big heart, Yuito. Your trusting nature is one of your most likable features. I should really follow your example.
It's because he's sincere. I think our skepticism might provide him a nice balance.
Yeah, you gotta have some optimism and some pessimism, right? In a group to be
That might be true.
to be healthy. Can't always be looking on the bad side, but always can't be looking on the good. Sensei has his own darkness. He and his team are victims of cruelty. They had to show to hear what Fubuki has to say, where memories lead. Okay.
Sorry to call you out here.
And we're gonna click over to here. Phase 7. There we go. Update that.
While I accepted Luca's generous invitation the last time, I feel it would be dangerous for me to frequent your hideout. There's a good chance the team surveilling me will notice.
Yeah, don't want them to know where we are.
Appreciate your consideration.
Wataru told me what happened in Seiran. I've also given the government a report that won't affect our activities.
Sounds good.
What? Is that safe? Your family is Spring Pharmaceuticals.
That's precisely why I did. Reporting my own family's wrongdoings only gets the government to trust me more. Besides, Karin and I were the first ones to propose that research facility.
Okay. What?
What?
I think you already know about Alice. She's still being held in that facility as an other. We enticed Seiran in order to protect her, knowing full well they would abuse their research. The results of which were the ampules and the uprising. We were fools.
What's going on with this country?
Yeah, great
Seiran
question.
may have incited an uprising, but there's still a new Himuka city just like ours. Suo's conducting human experiments, and Seiran is basically doing the same thing.
Yeah.
All of it being done to develop new weapons to fight the threat of the others.
And also some to seemingly control them, turning them into other weapons.
One chose to strengthen powers, and one explored a method to control the others themselves.
What are others, anyway? I've heard they suddenly began appearing after the Spring of Extinction, but not much is known about them still.
That's true. I guess the only other thing we know is that they're created in the Extinction Belt.
Some are saying they're wild animals that experience sudden mutations. But are they really wild?
It's very possible that the government is hiding what they actually are.
That is the crux of it.
Huh?
Even the public can sense something different about the others. So, focusing on that point will nullify the government's personality rehabilitation efforts.
Like exposing a government secret to every new Himuka citizen? Just like my brother did in the uprising.
Exactly. Karin and I once plotted to send a video of a human at the moment of being metamorphosed straight to the minds of every citizen. But we couldn't find any definitive video to serve as our evidence, and I was hampered after they threatened Karin.
Okay.
So that's why you let the government turn you into a spy.
So I wonder if maybe he was going to shoot Kasane, Naomi jumped in the front, and he was doing it to record a video of it happening as the perpetrator. Interestingly enough.
Yes, but now they should have Nagi's data from when Naomi was metamorphosed for research purposes.
They took his memory when they subjected him to personality rehabilitation.
Now that you mention it, Nagi seemed like he had no idea about Naomi's metamorphosis after he was discharged from the hospital.
I personally thought that was just amnesia.
But wouldn't that cause brain damage?
Extracting a specific memory is a dangerous process, but that's hardly even a concern to them.
Okay, so it's literally not even in his head anymore anyway. Like, they just took it out.
You all have the same memory of her metamorphosis, but attempting to digitize and extract it is too risky.
That's why we need Nagi's stored memory data. It's already been extracted.
We can send the data via Arahabaki to every citizen as proof of the government's inhumane acts. The people are ready to hear it.
Can you access it?
Yes. I received permission to enter the secure site while you were heading out to Seiran on your last assignment.
Perfect.
I've been provided with a one-time use pass.
Nagi's stolen memory. Where is it stored?
I think they're storing it in the old OSF hospital you infiltrated before.
Yeah?
I'm sorry for not having more concrete intel, but that facility was used to research powers. It's very likely it's there.
It is very likely it is there. Okay.
Could you infiltrate the old hospital after the platoon has been reorganized?
Sorry. Like, I saw when you see two of the same contraction in a sentence, my brain immediately is like, it just fires off warnings like that. There might be a typo there, or maybe there's something not intended.
Reorganized? I forgot about that.
I'm staying in Yuito platoon. This isn't the world I want either.
I see. So Hanabi is the only one that needs to be transferred.
Nah, she's gonna stay.
No, I'll stay too.
Are you sure? Staying with us could mean being targeted by the government.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Then we'll deal with it if it comes to that. After all the awful things we learned, I can't just sit here and do nothing while my friends are trying to do something about it.
Yeah.
You don't care
Friendship.
if it brings trouble to your family?
Yeah, whatever.
No.
Nah. They seem to be assholes.
I'm actually starting to suspect that it wasn't just my uncle who knew, but my father too.
Thank you, Hanabi. Your help means a lot to me. I'll leave you to recover Nagi's memory from Naomi's metamorphosis. I'd like to go myself, but I don't want them revoking my access to Arahabaki. So I have to lay low for now. You've made a lot of waves, Yuito. You need to be careful. This will be your second time infiltrating the hospital.
You've made a lot of waves, and none of them have really reached you because the only point of contact you have with the outside is our bro on the comms and Fubuki. Like, those are the only ones that we have recognized we have made waves in the outside world other than anything else.
Yes, I will.
Because it's like, I stick in the safe house with all my group, and then everyone else is just the ones being like, yo, you're making waves out there. It's like, really? Are we? I don't know.
Way, I can send you some data to help you bypass the old hospital security system. I may not be as good as my sister, but I can still put together a program or two. Please use this to aid your infiltration.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, his sister is Hypervelocity girl.
Good luck.
Obtained Fubuki's program.
I'm with you, Commander Yuito.
Commander
I'm
Yuito.
really glad the whole platoon was able to work as a team.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together. What the hell? Where is that? Oh,
We're always together. Does that mean you rely on me?
yes. Of course I do. You're awesome. Okay. Map over there. Oh yeah, I forgot that like quests were a thing. We got taken out really hard quick on my last mission. Guess there's a weak point inside the hard shell, but could you show me how to defeat it? Sure. Thank you, I'm eager to learn. Destroy the shell. No. God, yeah. Like, I've just been going through the main story to the point where I forgot that quests were an aspect of the game. Maybe because the others come in and see a lot, but less people have been coming to the gym. My gym is a business irate. Can you help me? Think of it as a rescue mission. Okay. Help, thank you. Urge to train. No. The way I see it, I can just pick up the quests, and then maybe if they get completed, I'll report them, but I'm not gonna, like, go out of my way to try and complete them. Listen, there's a started explosion. I was seriously wounded. Look at the hangnail on my pointer finger. This is your fault. You'll sell this, but give me some recovery jelly. You're very interesting. Now go get it. Responsibility issue. What an asshole. Okay, and one more to pick up. Yeah, one more to pick up over here. Running around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Hello there, sir. You are the wind. You are the wind beneath my wings. Fly me away. Excuse me. Just wanna get that. Here, so the others can't be seen by the human eye or radar. I'd worry if they got close to the city. Just power anything. Okay. You can't see them if they turn invisible. Eyes that see all. Nope. Okay. So let's go to the library and... Or was it story? Yeah, the story. Surprise test. In midair, defeat 2 vase paws. Okay. Human-like but not. Buddy Rummy. Yeah. With SAS Clairvoyance active, defeat 2 Sawspaws. Charge attack, defeat 3 Rat Rut. With SAS Sclerokinesis active, defeat 3 Bronyon. See, so many of the things are just like rhymes, but like I don't know where I would need to go to kill them anyway, so I don't really feel the need to try and do anything, right? Or I'm like, yeah, you know what, like with missions, they're obviously meant for late game or new game plus. With regular missions, or with the visual missions, the VR missions, it's like late game, new game plus. These missions, I'm like, they don't really seem to give all that much great stuff. And they're, most of the time, it's just like, oh, kill this one enemy, either with this thing that you already need to have on to kill him, or in this just like you special way. And I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. Okay. Old OSF Hospital. Let's do it. Skill auto heal. Yes, well, it's combat. Being able to save on hands is very useful. Yes. Okay. About Naomi's metamorphosis. We know it was the New Himika government who turned Naomi into another, but the government gains nothing by doing that, right, Fubuki? Well done, Luca. That's right. There's no reason to turn an OSF soldier into an other in combat. So New Himika government did it. My guess is that someone from Seiron infiltrated. Suo was probably trying to use the chaos to cause a large-scale other attack to try to clean it up. Okay. So clueless OSF, who were just there to exterminate others, just happened to be right in the middle of the battlefield. Wait, so Naomi was turned into an other by chance? Could have happened to anyone. Just happened to be Naomi. How terrible. So that means the Suo army has special bullets that can turn people into others as a measure against the Seiron army. That's what I believe, though I know we can't just call it an accident or a coincidence. Now, if things will be more dangerous than ever, I will do all I can, but please be prepared. Okay.
That other is the one we're after. What do you want to do? Can't see it, but the other is still around. Use SAS to find it. Come on.
Your allies can con you during battle. Once you strengthen your bond to them. If you reply with a triangle circle, they will appear as a vision and will execute a special attack. The stronger the bond, the more often they will call to you. Nice.
Now die!
You might be able to use my power better than I can.
Thanks, Hanabi.
Okay. So back into the hospital setting. Oh, right.
Here you go. Concentrate.
This is pretty rare.
Great job, Yuito. That last attack finished it.
Here we go. Medium jelly all. Doing pretty good in health. Oop, give me this item. Here we go. Give me that light jelly. Just go collect everything. It's better to have the items and not need them than need them and not have them.
Lend me your eyes.
Do it, Yuito.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it.
I need you, Gemma.
Good, I made it. Thanks, Luca. Soaked. Found a weak spot. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Get you out of there. There we go. Boom.
I feel a little more confident.
Get bodied, you young bitches. Okay. on health and all that, so it's nice. Mysterious text data. Work Memorandum 1. The research of the human experiment H13 will conclude today. Tests were conducted both 5 and 10 years ago, but results were inconclusive. Considering the subject's age, we have decided there is nothing more to expect. H13 is out of my hands now, so starting today I will be helping with testing I-07. Knowing I-07 already had a supervisor made me curious as to whether or not I was necessary, but now I understand. I-07 is a subject that requires special care. It seems our instructions are to test carefully and double down on safety measures. This isn't uncommon, but sure is a pain. Yeah, shut up.
Yuito, I can disrupt the security system with Major General Fubuki's program.
There we go.
You can proceed safely. Understood.
Okay.
My pleasure. Taking your fire. Yeah.
Go.
It's covered in oil. Burn it up.
You got this. Oh, that's our target.
Here we go.
Hello. Get out of there.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Take this.
Let's go.
You should be able to break the outer shell if you keep attacking.
Trying to use this.
Here you go.
Okay. That.
Nice fire. You got this.
Successfully reached shell. Attack now.
You bitch.
Maybe Sugumi's clairvoyance.
I have to.
I don't need the brain thing to go. Nice. It's a really strong move. I'm really glad that it exists.
I need support. Lend me your eyes. Here we go.
Hey, Necro Dave, how's it going? As the game is good, you know, anime as hell, as we would expect. It's always good. That's what we're looking for whenever we're playing a game like this. Anime as hell is the correct, is the correct descriptor. How's it going with you, man? What games have you been playing recently? Yeah, because I'm on, I think, stream 3? No, I'm on... I think I'm on stream 4 of this. Yeah, I'm stream 4 of this. Yeah, got really strong aesthetic, which is what I think I really like about this game. I need a weeb game next. Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty good one. It's an action game, so I mean, it's not it's you could make comparisons to Ys, right? Like, it's an action JRPG. Okay. But speaking of Wii games, like, we got strong contenders this year. Because, like, we're getting Fire Emblem 3 Hopes is coming out. Like, what is it, next month or the month after? Gonna have to play that. Almost finished Horizon Zero Dawn. Nice, nice. Because 3 Hopes is coming out. Gonna have to play that. Then, SMT Soul Hackers 2. Right? Is it Soul Hackers? I think it's Soul Hackers. Soul Hackers 2 is coming out later. Trails from Zero, the official localization, is coming out this year. what other JRPGs are coming out? Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot coming out in the next few months, and then a bunch in the back burner because I still have to play Trails in the. I still have to play third chapter before Zero comes out. So, so there's just a lot of good JRPGs coming out and existing that I want to do. I-07 is in a fine state of health, but appears the official word is that the subject is of weak constitution. Triangle Strategy looks good. Yeah, Triangle Strategy does look good. I'm waiting on a PC port of it because I strongly suspect that there's going to be a PC port, given that these are the people that made Octopath Traveler, and that got a PC port like about a year after. So that's what I'm waiting for. But I have heard good things about Triangle Strategy, and it sold quite well, as far as I remember. However, even though we are sharing management duties, I'm not sure letting the subject play freely in the ward is wise. I suppose the nurse will take responsibility if anything were to happen. Same, don't have a Switch. See, I have a Switch, I just don't want to buy it twice. Like, if I'm streaming it, I want to be streaming from my PC, because I think I'll have better quality and other stuff. That way I won't have to use the Elgato, which works, but, you know, you always have to worry about adding another piece of hardware in, right? Like, the less hardware that you can use, or the less hardware that you have to incorporate to stream, the better. Because you just don't want to have too much going on, because that increases the chance that something will break and mess up. So if I can just have it on PC, I want it on PC. And because I have a strong feeling that it will be ported, whereas with other Switch games, you could presume that it wouldn't be, I'm fine with waiting. Because worst case scenario, it doesn't get ported, and I just buy it on the Switch. And I can still play it and do everything. Okay. So I either get this, or I get, I'll just get this. It's the more expensive one. And now I can use all my things all at once if I so desire. Okay. So that's good.
My pleasure.
So let's teleport.
We'll be able to move forward if we use my power, Yuito.
Let's go.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, this game is very, very cool looking. Like, the aesthetic, they really know what they're going for. I really like it. It's just fun.
Looks like there's a resource reading.
Yeah, there was. Right on the toilet. Right on the toilet. Okay, and then we got all this, and we got the exchange, which is like a crafting-esque thing, and then we got all the DLC stuff. It just came with the version of the game I bought, because I think I bought one of the special editions. But if I remember right, I bought it through Indie Gala, which appearance-wise it doesn't look necessarily reputable, but it seemed to be regularly used by a lot of people, so I was fine with it. But it was one of those websites where I'm like, I'm only going to ever purchase from there last resort, or if it's like significantly cheaper. And if I'm only ever going to use my credit card and never like a debit card.
Use my power with SAS. Use it well. It sprays something like oil. Don't get it on you. Looks like the enemy dropped something rare. If your body begins to burn with fire, it'll drain your health. So
God damn it.
Thanks, Luca.
There we go.
Found a weak spot. Yeah.
Here we go. Get rid of you.
I feel like I'm being useful.
You are, Hanabi. You're wonderful. There we go.
Thanks, Segumi.
God damn it. Oop, oop, oop.
That was close.
Okay, bitch. Bitch. There we go.
Leave it to me. Come on.
Yumito, a member is in danger.
My pleasure. I'm taking your fire.
Yumito, a member down. Go support.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, Hanabi, I'm gonna need you to not be.
Let me in your eyes.
It's down. Give it everything you've got.
Here we go.
I need you to help.
It's over. Finish this, Yumito.
Please, Hanabi, come on. Just trying to get her up. Okay.
Can you move, Sagumi?
Res speed probably would be a good thing to get after seeing that. Okay. And the outside of combat heal only happens to Yuito, but I can just come in here and resave. So, nothing lost all that much. Okay, good.
Do you remember the layout of the building? You were admitted to this hospital when you were little.
That's what I hear, but I don't remember it at all. I guess I was too young.
Too young to remember the layout of a hospital. Just throw the things around. Don't need them.
We're always together, but I also look forward to spending even more time with you.
Yeah. Friendship.
Do it, Yuito!
Use it well.
There we go. Ooh, that was workaround. Remember, end of 4. Kind of want 3, but I don't know where it is. Problems were reported with subject H13, a subject we gave up on or concluding testing on. Subject was a bit rebellious, but we can't let this problem develop further. Seeing as we can't discharge the subject as is, we will follow protocol and move to corrective measures. Okay, interesting.
Sometimes it's better to avoid a fight.
So where is...
Thanks, Sagumi.
Yep.
I need support.
No? Okay. Where? Is it back there?
Come on.
There we go. There we go. 3. Okay, today's test yielded no significant results. This is normal, so we can't be discouraged. IO7 doesn't cry or throw tantrums, so they are easy to care for, but observation is difficult. It's easier to see changes in the brains of more impulsive subjects. Personally, I believe that looking at trends in the observation data, IO7 may be a type we can have some expectation for. Perhaps the next test will be something to look forward to. Okay. They really are just looking at these things as nothing more than test subjects. What assholes. What an asshole. bitch.
Let's go. Thanks, Luca.
There we go. Just use them all. There we go. Level up. That's what we like to see. Brain map. Only have 3 points, though. So, what do I want to do? Hold midair. I'll make pick up nearby items. Increases damage dealt. This wouldn't be a bad one to move towards, honestly. Because that is actually significantly faster. But I should probably also get this. Because the brain drive accumulation is pretty slow. But, oh god. But I could also get the Code Vein was made by the same guys as this. Not played that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good Souls-like. It's alright. I've played it. It's pretty decent. But yeah, it's Bandai Namco made both. Or they published both. Not sure. Can't remember. I don't know the developer team or whatnot. So what do I want to do? Because I could also... when you have so many options, whatever. I'll move towards the res speed because I think that'll just be a bit more useful. But yeah, Code Vein was pretty cool. The aesthetic on it definitely had like similar like art direction, where very, very red and black centric. Like you could tell from a mile away that was the color scheme of the game. They're like red and black, and they put on all the face masks, and like you can definitely like it's definitely a like good looking in terms of like style game. In terms of like nailing the feel of a Souls game, they definitely try some new stuff, right? In terms of like subsystems and things, but definitely feels a bit more stiff. Because like the closest comparison that game had at release was like, well, in terms of Souls-likes, it was Dark Souls 3, which, you know, feel night and day comparatively in terms of like how polished and how smooth things feel. And that's to say nothing of like all the cool like world building and the story that isn't just told to you, but that you can like feel as you're playing it. Like that's the thing, right? With Dark Souls, you're not given the story, you're not spoon fed it, so it's not like a big part of the experience. But you can definitely feel that there is story in the environment and in things that have occurred, right? I've never properly tried a Souls game. Well, I would highly suggest it. I think, oddly enough, well, honestly, Elden Ring isn't a bad Souls game to have be your first, because it's not a Souls game, but it plays exactly like one, but it's like the most polished and up-to-date version. But in terms of baseline Souls games, I would say a good one to start with is, because let's be clear here, Dark Souls 3 is probably like, if you want to have the one that has, if you want your experience to have at least some quality of life features, have that one be your first one, and you're not really spoiling yourself on anything, right? The story doesn't really... each game's stuff can easily just be like game 1, game 2, game 3. Like, they're not connected in any meaningful way. In terms of like, oh, you can't play 3 unless you've played 1 and 2, right? It's not like it's not like one of those situations. They're very much standalones. So, my suggestion for anyone that wants to get into Souls or is thinking about it, good ones to start. My first Souls game was Bloodborne, which is also pretty good because they're all standalone. So, but that one's a lot more active. Dark Souls 3 is the most aggressive or active in terms of like the main Dark Souls games. Bloodborne doesn't have shields, so it's not even like an option. Sekiro is its own monster, where it's more focused on parrying than anything else, which is interesting. It's basically a rhythm game. in a way. So, but also very fun. But I would suggest it. I feel like Souls games, they definitely are hit or miss for a lot of people, right? Like some people really like them, others just can't stand the way that the game is presented, whether it be in the difficulty or in the lack of spoon-fed story or what have you. But I would say it's always worth a try, right? To see whether or not you like it. Not sure if I have the patience to get good. Yeah, I mean that is the thing, right? Where the game does. So my main thing with like Dark Souls quote unquote difficulty is, it's just, for me it's always been like, okay, it's just pattern recognition. Like, okay, there's the boss or character or enemy in front of you. What do they do? You try and look at the choreography. Okay, you see it choreographed. It does the thing. Then you have to figure out which way to dodge, and then anytime you see that move again, you know exactly how to do it. So it's just a matter of memorization or just like repeated action until it becomes muscle memory. And then it might be like, okay, you then count like how many hits are in a combo, like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I know I need, like, when that choreographed thing comes out, I'm going to need to dodge or block 3 times. I feel like one of the like the community things of just like get good, or the meme, because the community for the most part is pretty darn supportive, right? They're just like happy that anyone's playing the games. The get good thing is more just the online meme. It's one of those things where it's just like it's almost always said in the idea of like there's just no easy mode. Right? Like the closest you get to easy mode is summoning a friend. Or summoning an NPC. But other than that, it's still like relying upon your own skill and your ability to learn and adapt. So, I mean, once again, I would suggest giving any of the games a try, see whether or not you can get into it, or if you just bounce off of it and then go from there. Work Memorandum 5. Nothing to note in today's test. IO7 is crying for their mother. This closeness to the mother may be the result of too much special treatment. I can't say that IO7's brain is that spectacular. There is a possibility for success, but even in that case, I wonder if we'll achieve the results we want. Okay. That is morbid.
Use it well.
Here we go. Yep, you guys were.
I'm taking your fire.
Looks like the enemy dropped something rare.
Oh, that's awesome. So it retargets.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we worked really well together.
Another one.
Go.
Right in the middle. Lend me your eyes.
The shell is broken. Give it everything you have.
There we go. God, that's so much damage. It's lovely. Oh, God damn it, you bitch. Oh, yeah, I can't.
Hanabi, let's go.
You're not getting away, you jack in the box moto booger. There we go. Smash the light bulb. Okay. Oop, let's go get that item. Pause type suppression.
Wait, there's a resource reading near here.
Yes,
What do you want to do?
Weird. I want to save, that's what I want to do. Oh. But do you have any games that you're looking forward to coming out later this year, Neko Dave? Because I think the biggest one on my radar right now is Soul Hackers 2. I think that's the one. Because I feel like I just always look forward to SMT stuff. Because it almost feels more rare than other JRPGs. But I think it's mostly because I wasn't too... like, I thought it was neat. I thought some of the stuff was cool in SMT5, but, like, in terms of, like, story-wise, I wasn't too impressed with it, so I think that's what I'm hoping for. Like, to have that be a bit more of a thing. Come on. There you go. Saw someone play SMT, I didn't see much dialogue story. Yeah, so, like, basically with SMT5, my main issue with it is because the game is mostly, like, the open world-esque stuff, right, where it's, like, more about exploring the wasteland and, like, encountering the demons and all that other stuff, like, basically all that. Whereas other SMT games, it was, like, much smaller worlds or more focused on like story, that, like, because it was so focused on you not exactly being with any party member, you don't really get attached to any of the characters that you have to side with to decide your ending. And because you go such long amounts of time without really having a meaningful interactions, you kind of just get, like, disconnected from the story in general. Which, to me, is unfortunate, because, like, in terms of, like, the stuff that they add to the game, right? Like, all the systems and stuff, it's really useful. It's like, I would say SMT5 is a mechanical upgrade to the series in terms of, like, oh, here's how we're doing the compendium, and here's like, how we're gonna do some moves and cool stuff. Like, here's how we could update, like, some of the weapon upgrades and other things. Or not weapon upgrades, but, like, the demon upgrade systems. And, like, the move upgrades and stuff. Like, seeing all that, and it's like, okay, that's really cool, I like it. But the story, I think, just takes a hit based on the way that the game is structured, and it's rather unfortunate. Because I was excited, because, like, one of the cool things you always expect in an SMT game is like big story, right? Like, you want a lot of JRPG stuff. Like, I want to fight and kill God. Which you do in SMT5 if you so desire. But you want it to be a bit more, like, you want to be driven to do it, right? You want to feel like you're, okay, this is the side I'm picking. This is where I'm staking my claim in the ground. But in SMT5, it's just like, I don't care about any of the people representing any of the sides, to the point where I guess it's purely just me deciding based on all the information I was given. Like, it's not like, oh, I like this guy, I want to help him, or I like this guy, I want to help him. It's like, I don't know you guys enough to really like or dislike you for the most part. So this side seems cool, I guess, in their ideology, but not the characters I don't care about. So I'm hoping that with Soul Hackers 2, it can be rectified a bit, because the stuff that they showed has mostly been combat, But I'm not exactly expecting it to be open world-esque like SMT5. I'm expecting it to be more dungeon based, where it's like, okay, go to this dungeon, go to this dungeon. Maybe there's an overworld in like whatever Japanese city that they're based in. Sort of Persona 5-esque. Or I guess Persona-esque. Persona 3, 4, and 5. But I'm also excited because this is one of the few SMT games where you're not going to be playing like a silent protagonist, right? You're not going to be playing the character that you're meant, because most of the SMT games, it's like, okay, your main character is someone you're supposed to be able to kind of project onto and be like, they're silent and they don't talk very much. And when they do talk, it's usually a choice, right? Between 2 to 3 options to give you the illusion that you are this character and there's nothing else to break immersion. This one, the main character, I think her name is Ringo. She like talks. She's a character. And I am usually more of a fan of that kind of gameplay style. Like, the silent protagonist, I feel like, has its place, but you can have a silent protagonist that is interesting and has character, right? Like, P5 protagonist, stylish as hell, can be sassy, can be disrespect authority all the way, but you could also play him a bit straighter. Whereas, like, another silent protagonist in recent memory, Fire Emblem Three Houses, kind of a blank slate, doesn't really get developed in any meaningful way other than being sad for a month at one time. And everything else is just based on what house you chose. I am much more interested in a character that I get to play through their story than a character I project on for my own story. I've never gone with a silent protagonist. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, I feel like a lot of people say, like, oh, the silent protagonist is dead. I don't think it's necessarily dead. I think it's not done well a lot of the time. Because, like, you could have a silent protagonist that is silent because of something. Like, oh, yeah, I'm silent literally because I can't fucking talk. Right? Like, oh, yeah, like, my silent protag, when he was a child, got his fucking neck sliced or something, and vocal cords got messed up. He can't talk. He has to be silent. Whereas other ones, it's just like, oh, no, they're just silent for the sake of being silent. Right? Like, and like, this is one of the things where it's, like, retrospectively almost, like, makes me mad, where in Golden Sun 1, main character Isaac doesn't really talk very much. Sometimes you'll get like a thing bubble above his head being like, oh, sad or happy or whatever. And that's about it. He doesn't talk. But then in Golden Sun 2, you're not playing as Isaac. And the party comes and meets you. And Isaac's talking. And then the third game, when Isaac's older, he's talking. He's the main character's dad in that one. And it's like, so you were able to talk the entire time, but you were a silent protag purely for the sake of being a silent protag in the first game. Like, they were silent for no other reason than to just say they had a silent protag. Crosscode has the MCU lost her voice and is trying to get it back. Usually never gets explained that. Yeah. Most of the time it's just like, oh yeah, the main character, they just don't talk a lot. This person who was forced into this quest to save the world has not much to say about it. Said no one ever. But I think that's one of the things that I like about the Trails games, the Tales game stuff. Like, it's like, by no means is it a silent protag. By no means are you really supposed to project onto the main protagonist of any of the arcs, right? You are simply an observer, right? You are playing as them through their story where they make the choices. You get very little options to change anything that goes on. The biggest changes you quote-unquote make are to whether or not you do side quests and sometimes how well you perform in combat. And then, I guess when you get to the later games, it's like, hey, who do you want to romance or whatever? But that's beside the point. right? Like, at no point is it like, oh, are you really making the choice? It's like, no. Estelle's making the choice. Lloyd's making the choice. Reen's making the choice. And we're going through as a viewer with them. And that's it. And I like that. Because, you know, I'm a full-grown man. I don't need to project. I don't need to have a silent person that I just project onto and be like, oh yeah, I feel cool or whatever, or I feel stylish. It's like, no, I know who I am. I don't need to project on anyone. I know my thoughts. I know that I want to see a good story. And having one character essentially taken out of the story for the sake of projection is, to me, is a waste, right? You could have a really interesting character that interacts with all the other characters and drives the story forward in a meaningful way. But when you have a silent protag, it's literally everyone speaking around you because you're silent. Right? It would be like, hey, main character, do you feel this way about something? And then second character is like, oh yeah, main character feels this way about something. We should do this thing. Oh, third character, oh yeah, I agree with main character. And you guys, who have been talking for the main character the entire time, let's do that thing. Like, those kinds of circular conversations where they insinuate what a main character might say or might feel because they just decide arbitrarily to make them silent, where if they talk to it, it'd be like, yeah, this is a good idea. And then they could be like, oh, cool, sweet, I agree. And then move on from there in a much more natural way. So, that's my thoughts on it. Work memorandum 06. H13's correction is complete, but progress is not good. It will be difficult to discharge a subject like this. The subject has been moved to a floor with secure rooms, but they are spending all day writing on the walls. Attempts at conversation have been unsuccessful. If there are no signs of improvement, disposal may be necessary. I wonder if the person in charge of correction did it properly. But regardless, I don't want to be bothered with this any further. I'm done. I don't care. Okay, so let's continue ascending. Oh, God. Immediately, like, walk in and just resource readings. Okay, so is there a way to go out over... Nope, there we go. Medium jelly, give me that. Give me that jelly. Jelly. I believe that that's the way to the save point and finish, so I'm gonna go this way.
You can't see it, but the other is still around. Use SAS to find it.
I'm taking your fire.
I'll help.
Here we go.
Come on.
Okay. How do I get over there? So I'm there. Oh, I gotta take the long way around. Okay. So the way I thought was the quick way.
Be able to move forward if we use my power, Yuito.
Thanks, Gumi.
Here you go!
Use this.
Here we go.
I can hit it.
Whoa! Nice!
Here we go. Just turn off all the powers. Get that. No more light jelly. Ooh, good. Want to get these. Mysterious text data. Work memorandum 8. I received a notification that has been decided to dispose of H13. The fact that there are no relations likely sped up the decision. This is normal with research subjects. On that point, caring for IO7 can be a burden, but there shouldn't be a problem if we handle it well. I went up to the ward to observe IO7, but they weren't in their room. Goodness, they're probably off somewhere with the mother. Okay. Interesting. So one of them, get disposed, get out of my way, give me the light jelly. Light jellies.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Let's go.
Go.
Leave it to me. Come on. That attack worked. Your eyes. There must be a weak spot. It's down. Give it everything you've got.
Here we go. Go. Boom.
Leave it to me.
Love it. Feels so good when things just work. When, like, you're able to get through combat with no damage. At least on main character. It's just so nice. Oh, God. You're just like, awesome. Don't have to worry about how well I perform because I know I did it well. There we go.
My clairvoyance. Use it,
Use it well.
Go. Leveled up. Good.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it. That must be a sweet spot.
Go. Good. Get that out of there. Okay. Good. 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 That was not too bad, luckily.
Come on.
Give me that medium jelly.
My pleasure.
Here we go. Give me this mysterious text data. Workman random 9. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I missed 7 somewhere. Huh. Oh well. H13. H13 needs to be killed. They are safe for disposal, but would that be better than being eaten alive? I don't want to think about it. The hospital is in chaos. I shouldn't be making this recording either, but this is the only way I can preserve my thoughts. I don't want to lose any precious test samples. If they didn't take notice of the alarm, they may not have made it out. Regardless, this place is finished. Huh. Hope H13 isn't Nagi, because that would kind of suck if my bro's dead. Okay, good.
Here we go.
Get out of my way. God, it's so creepy. My things regen before I walk in here.
You got this. Here you go.
Use it well. Time to use this.
I hit the outer shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks. Shell reach confirmed. Put the pressure on. That was good coordination. Found a weak spot. Yeah. You lit that one up. Finish.
God damn it.
I can hit it. Come on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Want to charge up for an attack? Yeah, I'll just freaking tag you from a mile away. Oh god.
I need support.
It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
Nice.
Leave it to me.
God. Gun is good. Love it.
Thanks, Luca. Give me your eyes. Let's go.
I'll help.
There you go. Just turn on. Just turn on invulnerable right before the attack's gonna hit.
Leave it to me.
I will say that is the nice part about being able to turn it on at any point.
Oh yeah, hard to move.
My pleasure.
You got this.
Someone's in trouble. Hey,
Yeah, someone's in trouble. How about they...
you should be able to break the outer shell if you keep attacking. Use fire when it's covered in oil.
You might be able to use my power better than I can.
God damn it.
That must be its weak spot.
Yeah, I did my best.
There we go. Good. Ugh. Yes, thank you.
Impressive.
Are you done? Are you guys done? Thank you. Jesus. Ugh. God. So many. 10. Forecast rating was 0%, but we are being attacked by so many at once. It's unbelievable. The OSF who are fighting back are likely those who happen to be here as patients. Main force hasn't arrived from Syria. The entrance to the lab should have been sealed when the alarm went off. I can't go back there. Up ahead, there's an employee unintelligible. System message could not recognize voice entry, saving text and ending voice entry. Oof. Okay. So, missed message 7, but probably not all that important.
Looks like there's a resource nearby.
Let's get that before I save. And go into there. Ugh. How long have I had? 3.5 hours? Okay. You know, I'll do this boss fight and whatever thing, and once I get back to another standby phase, that's where I'll probably end up. Okay. Who is ready? Let's get ready to rumble.
It doesn't look like they're storing data anywhere. I don't even see anything resembling research equipment.
I think the facility is underground, but there weren't any stairs leading down from the first floor.
We'll just have to comb the area ourselves. If this is where they conducted his personality rehabilitation, Nagi's data should be here.
I wonder if Nagi managed to get away. I had all of you there to rescue me, but he was alone.
By choice, I might add.
You're still as kind as ever.
Sup, Nagi?
Nagi!
You did come back. Of course you did. I mean, we're best friends, aren't we?
Yes.
Looks like Nagi received even more personality rehabilitation.
Because Nagi was regaining his original personality the last time we saw him?
Personality rehabilitation. You traitors against glorious new Himuka are the ones who need rehabilitation, not me.
Fret, calm down. Eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
There's no need to worry, Yuito. They specifically told me you need to be alive when I bring you in!
Okay.
Time to use this! I need support!
Stop it, Nagi! I don't want to fight you! Then come with me! We wouldn't have to fight then. Of course, I'll kill anyone else who gets in my way. So what's it gonna be?
I didn't know Nagi could fight this well. If we don't use SAS, we don't have a chance.
A smoke screen. Use clairvoyance, Yuito. We'll be
to see Nagi. Don't let the personality rehabilitation control you, Nagi. You
God damn it.
friend.
That's why I'm doing this. I'm steering my friend to the right path.
God fucking.
A lot of people whose personalities suddenly changed like that. I should have started investigating earlier.
If you did, you would have been personality rehabilitated too. Let's do our best to stop them for now.
There we go. Yeah, I just have to regularly use sclerokinesis to be able to just tank the damage, to be able to do melee stuff on him.
Maybe we can attack him inside the air bubble. If we use teleportation.
Thanks, Luca.
Can you move?
Time to use this.
Oh god. Okay, okay, okay. Someone please res me. God damn it. The teammates resing is quite irregular, I will say. Like, is by no means a guarantee. It seems to be more happenstance than anything. Yeah, don't tell me about the thing. I didn't use Brain Field, as far as I remember. I got KO'd. No need to tell me. So maybe when I got KO'd before and I assumed I had hit Brain Field, that's what happened. Like, I didn't actually...
I need you, Gemma.
Stop it, Nagi. I don't want to fight you. Then come with me. We wouldn't have to fight then. Of course, I'll kill anyone else who gets in my way. So what's it gonna be?
No Nagi can fight this well. If we don't use SAS, we don't have a chance.
It's no use!
Don't let the personality rehabilitation control you, Nagi. Yumito is your friend.
That's why I'm doing this. I'm steering my friend to the right path.
I've seen a lot of people whose personalities suddenly changed like that. I should have started investigating earlier.
Thanks, Luca.
If you did, you would have been personality rehabilitated too. Let's do our best to stop them.
Yes. Good. Good, good, good. Having the call-out attacks is awesome. Because they just do so much damage.
I need support. Lend me your eyes.
Okay.
Maybe we can attack him inside the air bubble. If we use teleportation. Yumito, a member is in danger.
I'll help.
There we go. This might do it. Oh, yeah, no. It's everyone's joining in, so this is the final one.
Please stop this.
That was brilliant.
There we go. Okay, so one retry. Not too bad.
Too bad for you, I'm not done yet!
Guys!
Man, where was this power when you were on our side?
Yuito!
again if I pass out during the fight.
God damn it. Random headaches and passing out is the opposite of plot armor.
Yuito, I know that was scary.
Just forcing the loss.
They're all done with the tests now. Honest. Let me see that brave face.
Yo, what's up, Mom?
You're okay. It's all over.
Mommy.
Tattoo chair.
About my mom? Why would I have that now?
Great question.
Oh, right. This ceiling. It looks like the hospital room from when I was a kid.
Totally experimented on as a
Smell,
child.
too. Smell. Where am I? I can't use my powers?
You can't use your powers here. Those restraints are designed to nullify your abilities.
Oh, convenient.
You're such a fool. All you had to do was play the patriotic hero, and you would have had the world on a platter.
Who are you?
Just a humble staff member of this facility.
Literally a Joe
We've met
Schmo.
a number of times when you were a child, but I'm sure you don't remember.
We did?
Have you forgotten about your time here in the hospital with your mother?
Which means this is still somewhere inside the old OSF hospital. Where are my friends?
No idea. Your friends are outside my jurisdiction. I'm in charge of duds.
Duds? Oh. Are his powers artificial? Like, was he not... Like, did he not have powers when he was younger? But they put powers into him? So now he's, like, having rejection of it? Like, his body is rejecting the powers or something?
You mean people without powers?
That's right. I was in charge of the experiments involving you and the Travers brothers. Unlike Karin and Luca, it seems like your psionic hormone levels are dropping.
What?
Now that I think about it, your psychokinesis was activated under some unconventional circumstances.
Okay, so maybe
Duds
not.
have an extremely low chance of manifesting powers in the first place. This could mean there's something special about your cerebrum.
Huh.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Wait, I'm a dud?
Oh, so you're missing your memories from when you were a dud too. This is going to be tricky. It seems your brain is accumulating damage as you use your power. I need to run some tests before I ask you any questions. I'm sure you've experienced episodes of sudden memory loss or having difficulty remembering your childhood.
Yes, both of those things.
Please, explain it to me so I can understand.
I mean, that was actually pretty plain English.
It's simple. You were born a dud. Then you were hospitalized here with your mother because this was still the OSF hospital at that time. We know that duds are capable of acquiring potent powers. The country sends all duds to this hospital, where we run medical experiments on them.
All duds. Damn. Okay.
I'm a dud? I had no powers?
In any case, it's time to go back to sleep.
Damn it. I can't stay awake.
Damn, that's a big room to fill with sleeping gas.
Yuito! Are you alright?
Yo, what's up, Fubuki?
Major General Fubuki? How?
The program he gave us was able to tap into the facility's surveillance camera feed.
I knew it would be dangerous infiltrating this place. I made sure I would be available if something happened.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys are all right. I'm sorry, Major General. We couldn't get Nagi's memory data. Right, Nagi. What happened after that?
You suddenly collapsed, and Nagi... he took you, and then used you as a hostage.
Great.
We were afraid of hurting you, so we couldn't attack him.
We were locked
Even though you can teleport.
inside a room. There was strange equipment. I think it was for personality rehabilitation.
But Major General Fubuki showed up before any of us were rehabilitated, so we're all okay. You don't have to worry about us.
Cool. Nice.
Sorry. You're always rescuing me. Thanks, guys.
Wait, it looks like others are gathering.
I've disconnected the alarm, but they should already know Yuito's trying to get away.
We have to escape the hospital. I've already shared the way out with Wataru. I'll hold them off here.
But...
Don't forget, I'm a Septentrion. I can handle myself. Take this. Don't lose it, no matter what.
What is it?
I'll tell you when we get out of here. Now go. You'll only get in my way.
Oh,
okay.
Dead weight.
I don't see any safe area near here for teleporting. We have to run.
Wonderful.
Please, be careful.
We gotta run, bitch.
I had no power. I was a dud. I'm more confused than shocked. It's too much to take in. Nagi must have attacked Yuito under orders from the new Himuka government. We should consider him as being completely under the government's control.
Thanks, Segumi!
You can't see it, but the other is still around. Use SAS to find him.
Bitch, I literally just turned you on.
Use this.
Oh my god.
It's down.
Now die!
Give it everything you've got.
Leave it to me! Come on!
Jesus. Freaking annoying. Yeah, so it seems like after every combat, the items kind of reproc.
Thanks, Segumi! Time to use this! Yeah!
There we go. Health boost Mark 4. Yeah, like that's just the smart thing to do right there. Just pop, fire, invulnerability, sight, and then just go to town. Don't think about it. Just go hard. Go hard, go immediate. Okay. Okay.
Come on! Lend me your eyes!
Yuito!
I'll help! My pleasure!
Go. Take them all out.
Former Major General Karin?
Oh god.
Yuito, it looks like you finally become a traitor too.
Well, no.
What do you mean?
Did the new Himuka government brand Yuito a traitor?
We're standing very close to him.
Yes. I doubt you'd be allowed inside Suo. Come to Seiron. You'll all be accepted as one of them.
You're asking us to help Seiron? The same people who are sticking human brains inside others?
Meanwhile, New Himuka is conducting experiments to metamorphose humans, all in the name of producing a strong power. And at its center is the great city Suo.
They're both twisted. They're both crazy.
That is a fair assessment.
Then what do you want to do? run to the religious fanatics in Togetsu?
Honestly?
They're a religious state. They'd probably be open to taking in criminals such as yourselves. But Togetsu won't necessarily be a safe place this time around.
Okay, and that's why Kyoko was saying, hey, stay away from Togetsu.
This time?
Just a figure of speech.
Just...
Yeah. New Himuka won't be able to get us into Getsu. They're an independent city. It is a little shady, though.
Is that why you came here, Karin? To tell us this?
It was just an afterthought. However, take this if you're going to Togetsu.
I can't drink this. I won't.
Whether it's human blood or brains, you need to drink it if you want to live.
You gotta pull the bloodborne if you want to live.
Either way, you'll lose all your memories and powers if you choose to do nothing. The drugs are simply giving you time, so you have to drink it whether you like it or not.
He's up to something. But what is it?
Most likely saving Fubuki.
Should we be helping him?
No, come back to the hideout. Major General Fubuki wanted me to tell you not to worry about him. Besides, I can at least monitor his status from here.
Okay.
Come back so we can make a plan on whether we're helping him or running to Togetsu.
We should probably run to Togetsu.
All right.
Obtained Karin's ampule.
Hey, good job, everyone.
What's up?
Man, this unit's so cozy.
I haven't seen you in person in a while.
What are you doing here?
This is like any episode of Kim Possible where you saw Wade in person. You're like, oh my god, he's not in his room.
I had a meeting with Major General Fubuki. I was supposed to escape to the hideout if they found out you guys snuck into the old hospital in Lokusho. I mean, I can navigate you anywhere as long as I have a PC and Signet.
Which means that Fubuki
These bits remind me of
predicted
Tescus.
Yuito would be branded a traitor.
Yeah, where you just have like the entire party around and talking. There are Bond episodes as well. Also Bandai Namco, I guess. Yeah, true.
So, he told Wataru to come here, since he is Yuito Platoon's operator.
Bandai Namco has their fingers in all the things. Whether or not that's a good thing, I don't think so. But we're not going to worry about that. As long as they're not the only people making games, I think we're good.
If they're going to make Yuito the bad guy, it makes sense to take out the person who knows what Yuito Platoon is up to.
Yeah.
Good thing Wataru got here when he did.
He's the guy in the
Otherwise,
chair.
they may have subjected him to personality rehabilitation.
Oh no.
Yep, that's basically it. I made sure they didn't know where this hideout was before I left.
Does he have horns?
This was originally a unit for the Sumeragi family. It'd be bad if Chief Kaito found out we're here. But it seems like we're fine for now.
I mean, I have a strong suspicion that Chief Kaito probably would be able to infer that this is where we
I
are.
haven't told my brother that we're using this unit, but we should be careful. We own many others, so I don't think they'd find this place right away.
I mean, right away, sure, but I mean, like, narrow it down.
In any case,
Yeah, he does have
I
horns.
can't believe my brother
Or he
made
has
me
a
into
horn.
traitor.
Yuito.
It's really made it clear to me that he sided with the government. Not that I didn't already know that.
Fuck the government.
Anyway, since I'll be staying here from now on, rest assured that nobody will find this hideout. More importantly, do you still have the thing Major General Fubuki gave you?
Yeah.
I have it right here.
What is it?
It's for our Habaki, a one-time use key code generator.
Ah.
Why would he give something that important to... Major General Fubuki entrusted the key code generator to you because he thought he might not come back alive. Have you heard anything from him?
I've tracked him leaving the old OSF hospital.
Ah.
He completely disappeared from all systems after that. I hope he hasn't been captured by the government.
Interesting. So Fubuki gave that to us. So, like, I'm getting such conflicting stuff about Fubuki, right? He's always right on time to save our ass, but also be there at the start after Naomi got otherified to ask about the ampules. To the point where I'm like, I'm not sure if he's actually on our side or not. Because, like, he gave that really important thing to us. But then he also just disappeared, right? Like, it's not like he died, as far as we know. So...
My brother saved Fubuki. I'm sure of it. We have nothing to worry about.
That reminds me. I wonder if it's true that former Major General Karen and Luca were both duds.
I'll look for him on my end, too. Besides, you guys don't have the luxury of worrying about anyone. They're calling you demons and hypocrites in Suo.
That's fine.
Our stocks are limited. If you don't make contact with Togetsu or Seiran soon, we're gonna run out of supplies.
Oh
How
no.
could they do this? They were just hailing him as a hero.
Yeah, and then he betrayed them, quote unquote.
It's fine. They shouldn't have been calling me a hero in the first place.
Also true.
There's actually something I wanted to tell all of you. It seems that I was born without powers.
But you have powers. What are you saying?
You know how I was being treated at the old OSF hospital as a kid? Seems like I was subjected to an experiment that caused me to acquire my power. I think the reason why my powers have been on the fritz lately is because they were artificially engineered. It probably puts a huge strain on my mind.
Are you sure you're okay with telling us this? That you used to be a dud?
That's fine.
Oh, is he sensitive about having been a dud? I mean, hiding it doesn't change the truth. And I figured you all deserve to know, considering all the trouble my unstable power caused you.
Yeah, that is true.
It's no trouble. Really.
I mean, it's kind of a trouble when you're passing out in the middle of a fight. And, you know, kind of a trouble.
Yeah, we're just worried about you. It's only natural for us to worry.
But thank you for telling us.
No problem, brah.
I've heard there are many people without powers who live their life suffering in secret.
It's sad, but I do believe that is the case.
And if something ever happens, you know we have your back.
Yeah, we got some strong friends.
Thanks.
Got my strong buddy Gemma, the mid-50s guy.
Alright. We should rest here a little bit and figure out what to do next.
What do you want to do next? Passcode generator. Yuito story standby phase 7. Nice. Okay. So, gonna let all the talking stuff pop.
I guess this means Major General Fubuki's plan will have to be put on hold.
Okay, you can die. Naturally.
So you were admitted to this hospital when you were little as part of an experiment on duds?
Yes.
I can't believe they locked kids in a hospital to experiment on them. Must have been scary. That's unforgivable.
I don't really remember it, but thanks for worrying about me.
Of course she's gonna worry about you. She loves you, brah. Okay. So now let's save there, because this is where I am going to end the stream, because it's been going for almost 4 hours, which is pretty good amount of time for a Saturday stream. So with that, hope you all have a very nice night, and will join me on Monday when I continue on with some more Mega Man Battle Network 2. And I hope anyone has, or I guess, I mean, tomorrow's Easter, so if you are religious or Christian or whatever, I hope you have a nice Easter. If you're not, then, just have a nice day, honestly. But hope you all will join me next time, and thank you, Nekade, for dropping by. It was great talking to you, and hope you have a good time finishing up Horizon Zero Dawn. So, yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Bye.